7 o'clock in St. Louis. You are listening to The Morning After. It is presented by Brown and Crouppen from the Stiefel Studios. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the program. Little Jackie Papers is on the ones and twos. And if you want to call in, you can call on the Callier and Thompson phone lines. Here are the numbers. Save them in your phone. Jot them down. 314-974-0101. That is how you can call into the Callier and Thompson phone lines, and maybe you can get past Chairman Kurt. I don't know. I don't know if you can. You can text in to our Air Comfort Service text inbox, 314-399-9646. Open up your YouTube app, type TMASTL, and subscribe to the TMASTL channel because, Doug, we will be on for the next 5 hours.
Okay, we'll get through it. We will get through it. We will man up and we will cowboy up and we will get through it.
4 of which will be here on 101 ESPN, and then the other hour is after the morning after, and that comes from 11 to 12 on the TMASTL YouTube channel. 6,880 friends have subscribed. When Doug gets to 7,000 subscribers, he gets gold bullion.
Gold bullion.
So that's in his bonus clause. But here's the deal. You've got a decision to make on this lifetime roofing lead. Unbelievable win for the Dogs.
That's probably
a draw.
Nice.
Somebody will look into it.
Okay.
Aaron Rye, 2 glove-wearing, iron cover-having PGA Championship.
And you called it on the spread zone, Tim? You had Aaron
Rye. I actually had Alex Smalley.
Oh, good.
Jackson's been hearing me talk about Alex Smalley. He's like, you're always on him. Well, folded up like a cheap tent on the front yesterday, Doug, but then he mounted a little charge on the back, but that doesn't pay me. That doesn't. I got to bet him top 10. And
that tough loss.
Yeah, the Houston Gamblers. God, that sucks.
Lowest scoring team in the league, giving up the most. It was right there, Tim.
Motorcade. What were they doing?
It's Spider-Man!
That's Jackson's favorite. That's an update drop that he's loaning to us on the show.
I mean, how do you have that happen in a Game 7? So I guess those are your choices. You can. Lifetime Roofing says, all right, we want Doug Vaughn to decide the lead every morning. Dustin McClendon said, give me Doug Vaughn or give me death.
Okay, well, I'm picking a different lead other than any of those that were suggested. It is your St. Louis baseball Cardinals. Didn't go well yesterday, but the weekend, howling success, big crowds, the beginning of the Tarps down movement. I guess that's going to be a thing. I believe that would be the lead story.
Jackson can't believe you're not going with Motorcade. I've never seen him so pissed off, and we've worked together for 5.5 years.
Really? Game 7, to come out with that kind of performance defensively?
Yeah, who cares?
Martin Doug has named it, and the name of it is the Cardinals taking 2 of 3. The Tarps off movement in right field has begun. It carried over into yesterday, even with the boys from Stephen F. Austin having to play a game at that exact same time. And one of the leaders of the Tarps off movement will be joining this program coming up at 7:35. Doug, his name, of course, is Caleb Cummings. Cummings.
Is that right? Okay.
Coming up on the Callier and Thompson phone lines, there's your Polos Plus dossier. So he is one of the Stephen F. Austin players that led the Tarps off movement, that played a critical role in the rally on Friday to beat the Royals. Then they carried that over into the win on Saturday. And unfortunately, as is becoming a trend, when they win the first couple of games, they enjoy grounding out a lot and wrapping it up as quickly as possible in the third game. Not great. Saw it 2 weeks ago against the Dodgers. Yesterday, it was a gentleman by the name of Stephen Kolek who went Paul Skeens on them. Very interesting.
They're 0-5 at home on Sundays. Those Sunday games are just snoozers.
And it's not only is it like, they're just, it's odd. But with that all said, they take 2 of 3 from the Royals, and the Tarps off movement is born.
Did you like that, Tarps off?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was awesome. It was great to see youthful energy at Busch Stadium.
Victor Scott said it felt like a college football environment.
Yeah, the players really seemed to like it. Invited them into the clubhouse and everything on Saturday.
They do a little roll call, chanting everyone's name.
Like at Yankee Stadium in right field?
Oof.
My question,
what does that mean?
Whoa.
What was that?
The roll call, the Yankee Stadium roll call is a little much.
Wow. So you're not going to be happy with Caleb Cummings when he joins us.
No, I thought
Thompson.
everything that happened this weekend up until the performance Sunday on the field was 10 out of 10. What a great thing for the city, for this ball club. I think it will inspire younger people to go to the game and bring the energy, not just go to the game, but bring energy because they know that the fellows appreciate it. And I think it's a great move by Alain Ramol to embrace it and the entire Cardinal organization to embrace it.
I think his stock went way up, kind of playing ball, buying
100%.
tickets.
And it's something that, like, kind of those in the know kind of knew that it was no surprise to me that he embraced this.
He led his Friday postgame with it. I know you have lots of sound. Probably not going to be much from yesterday's affair.
Not much at all, in fact.
God, I went to that game and I'm just like, what the hell is this? Like, come on. But what do we have on
So this is the immediate reaction on
Friday night? Perfect.
Friday.
We got a nice timeline.
All
Doug.
right, good.
This is the immediate reaction on Friday.
Whoever started that in right field, I'll do whatever I need to do to make sure they come every game, because that was awesome. Not only them, but everybody that showed up today. That was a fun environment. Go ahead.
You guys could feel that from the...
Are you kidding me? Yeah, you can feel it, man. It's awesome, and it creates an environment where it's not only filling this place up, it's making it a tough place for other teams to come in and play. That's what makes a difference, and that was pretty damn cool. So, yeah, I'll sign up for that every day.
How about that?
Okay.
So he liked it. So then the
Sure.
next morning, Matt, and they're playing that day game, and he had been in a Twitter retirement. I didn't even know he had a Twitter account.
I
To be
didn't
honest with
either.
you, because the last time he had tweeted, he was a bench coach to Mike Schilt, and then went on the Twitter tweets, where only has like, or at the time only had like 3,000 followers, but hadn't tweeted in 7 years, saying that he would buy tickets for 1,500 fans to sit up in that section to keep the momentum going both on Saturday and Sunday. And Doug, they absolutely showed up again both days.
Yeah, I wonder what that cost him. If you got tickets at just $10 a piece, it's $15,000.
Mason Wynn said he's rich, he can afford it.
Well,
He said he was going to need a
Probably
raise
could.
from Chaim Bloom.
Yeah.
Maybe they cut him a deal. Maybe he had a gift card. Who knows?
Oh,
You think it's like a buy 10, get the 11th free kind of situation?
He calls the ticket off and shakes
might-
him down a little
they
bit.
might have
Come
a
on, man.
manager's-
Nobody's using those seats. Come on.
manager special.
Lone Ranger sidekick not happy. It was cool to see what happened in right field, but the stadium was half empty. That's from the Lone Ranger sidekick.
Well, they announced 38,051 yesterday. That's not half empty at all.
Was anybody else there yesterday, Doug? I feel
I
like
was
you're
not,
usually
no,
there.
no.
Yeah, I was like, man, look at this. Coming from a month and a half ago when they opened up the season against the Rays. That Saturday afternoon, went with my family, and there was sections available. And I'm thinking yesterday, damn, this ballpark's got some people in it. Look at this.
It is kind of the perfect storm that they're better than people expected. Here it is, creeping towards June. They've got a really good record. And all of a sudden, fans are kind of liking the team, and then you get this weird phenomenon from some kids from Texas that gets it started. It is organic. I heard Chaim Bloom on Cam Walks on Sunday. He said
Yeah, I was listening to
it's kind of unscripted. Like, it's great how it just sort of happened. They're from out of town, but it's just organic. And it's exactly what, when you talk about the franchise, and we have talked a lot about how things had gotten stale, they needed something fresh. People were kind of either mad at them or sort of burnt out on the product. This doesn't mean you're winning playoff games because some kids take their shirts off. But it's fun, and the Cardinals haven't been fun. And going to the stadium hasn't been a fun experience for a while.
Sharon and Clayton not happy either.
Oh, come on.
Yesterday was Star Wars Day. Nerds came out. That's from Sharon and Clayton.
Is that what it was? Well, I guess the question with the Tarps office, can they keep that up? Will it continue?
Pirates are in town.
Yeah, but if this was a Stephen F. Austin baseball team, they're not going to be here forever.
No,
right?
but
But they started a movement.
Right. I think younger people now are not only like, man, this looks like a fun environment to go to, but know that if they go and bring the energy, it's kind of a thing that will be maybe not spotlighted to this extent, but certainly, something to aspire to.
So what I saw yesterday, knowing that the boys from Stephen F. Austin had a game, Doug, 1 p.m. Was that in Alton? I think it was at 1 p.m. in Alton. I was DMing with our guest coming up at 7:35, who was a member of the team. And so I knew they wouldn't be there, but yet there still were people in that section at the start of the game, but it was a small amount. However, by the end of the game, and again, as we observed at the outset of today's show, that was a brutal game. I mean, they didn't get a guy in scoring position until the 9th inning. I mean, it was just awful. And
0 for 1 runners in scoring position. It was the last ground out of the game.
Very just blah game, but yet the section expanded to another section by the end of the game. So people did join in the celebration. A guy up on the Jumbotron, I would think probably in his 70s, took his top off. It was hot. And then young tykes throughout the ballpark taking their tops off. And people were just getting into it.
Maybe we should get Dylan Holloway on the show. He started the movement for our local teams.
Zach Bolduc.
Take your shirt off. TMA with Gabe's post game. Doesn't he get told all the time? Take your shirt off.
There it was right there.
Dylan Holloway.
Gabe gonna take off that shirt, you hear?
Oh, gosh.
Will this movement have a positive impact on the local BMI? Knowing you may be topless should help eating decisions for the fats. Also can't be great for the helmet nacho sales. Doug, that's from the Horny Banker.
I disagree. I'll go the other way. Nothing gets the crowd more fired up than when a heavy guy takes his shirt off.
But do you want to be that heavy guy? It's funny if someone else is the heavy
You
guy.
had your shirt off when you were rooming with Lisa Ann in Jamaica 3 years ago, and you saw yourself on that Instagram Live, and you weren't pleased with what you saw, and it led to you losing weight.
Yeah, but that's not the kind of that's kind of a pudge. That's just kind of a general pudge, a kind of soft body. I'm talking about a guy with a real gut.
Obese.
Yeah, maybe not obese, but something like one of those like
big boiler
beer guts that if you punched it, it would be like concrete.
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about.
Softball dad.
Yeah, big time.
Got a cooler at every game.
Yeah.
I just think that's fun to see, but you don't want to be that guy, do you?
Some people, run away from the battle. Some run,
to the nachos.
gung ho.
They run to the nachos.
Doug, do you know how much those are?
Nachos?
The helmet nachos. Price is Right?
I've never purchased.
We were checking out yesterday in the concession stand, and I gotta look.
I'm gonna guess $17.50.
I'm gonna fire. This is Price is Right, Martin.
$19.50.
$15.
$22.
Well, but Tim, it feeds the whole family. Except for that guy over
22.
that section there. Yeah.
We are going to see a fat guy eating nacho cheese off the nipple of another fat guy. That's from the Hunchback of Vaughn Castle.
It's funny to see a fat kid with his belly jiggling. That's just funny.
It's Charlie Marlowe AI, so he likes it.
Yeah. So you think people will fatten up for this new craze?
Nothing fun about seeing a naked beer gut. That's from Sharon and Clayton, and she's not enjoying it.
Yeah.
Nothing like a little rain on this parade.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit disturbed at the number of people asking me to take my shirt off.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, it's going to get worse, I think.
If we're being honest. But, hey, do appreciate you guys being here and being a part of it.
Helmet Nacho Sans shirt is a power move and aphrodisiac for the ladies. That's from former fan page moderator Neil Allen, Craig Marquette.
Doug, you famously took your shirt off once in the bleachers 50
At a
years
Cardinal
ago.
game, right?
That was in the 70s.
Yeah.
So you started the movement.
I was going to say, you're kind of the godfather of the Tarps off movement.
Back then, a lot of people did it. I don't know why. But people would suntan at the Cardinal game.
Because you're there just baking in the sun.
I don't know
My
why
buddy,
that was okay.
Matt Offenberg texted me and said, find the video at one game. Rich Gould, roving reporter, interviewed a topless Chris Pronger. And that sounds familiar. Can you guys?
I do
doesn't
remember that.
sound familiar?
Now that you bring that up, I do remember it.
Rich is wandering around, and there's Chris Pronger. Well, how are you doing, pal? Where's your shirt?
You were hot, weren't you?
Darn right I was.
I wonder if Prongs wants that one back. He was a young kid. Tarps off.
Relax, Karen and Clayton. Doug, that comes from the Tim Man.
Okay.
When can Jackson make some name updates? That's from Hal in Hillsboro. Jackson, good news. You still got a couple weeks.
Yeah, when can I? I mean, I could do it right now, but we have rules. This is a society we're trying to kind of cultivate.
2 weeks from today, it'll be June 1st, pal. There you go. Write it down.
Right.
We're talking about a bunch of dudes without shirts. Who won the damn Dotem? That's from Linda Sniffer, who feels like Doug blew it with the lifetime roofing lead. The Dotem Went to, was it 15 under, Jackson?
Yeah, 56, 15 under.
56. 15 under par for the Bauer team.
Yeah.
Which also claimed the closest to the pin on the very popular 100 West Dental 9th hole.
Yeah. It was an
Not
awesome
the Cletus
day.
group?
Not the Cletus group, no, but it was an awesome day.
It really was.
Dotem went really, really well.
Tip of the cap to everybody here at Hubbard Radio, led by Jessie Kiowski and her team, the sales staff, the listenership, Oak Valley, Birdies for Bipolar, Michael Wellington's charity. It was an A-plus day. Thank you to Donut Drive-In, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, Texas Roadhouse, Cutwater, Doug. A-plus day at the Dotem.
It went so well, in fact, that I have decided to relax the indefinite suspension on Dotem himself. Whoa. I'm going to give him a 2-day reprieve where he can walk amongst us freely.
Like a work release kind of situation?
Yeah, partially because I was so horrible. And the tournament went so well. You know, we all make mistakes, and Dotem's mistake is being extremely vile. Mine was ever playing golf in the first place in my life. So I'll give him 2 days. I feel like it's kind of like taking the mask off Hannibal Lecter, but hopefully he can behave just for 2 days' time and enjoy some freedom.
You know, Danny Mac told me he was at the MAC last week, and somebody came up to him and said, "So you met Dotem's parents?" He said, "I didn't know how to even explain it."
Dennis and Denise, I believe.
And I said they were typically in Colorado, weren't they?
Late inning Coors Field games.
Just bizarre.
Best wishes to Mr. Dotem.
See, there it is.
Sure, they're everywhere, these people.
So he has a chance. Hopefully he's listening. So he can chime in, Doug. You didn't allow his voice to be heard until now.
Yeah, for today and tomorrow.
Any email, any text is welcome.
We'll let it go because his tournament went so well.
Yeah, tip of the cap.
How about the weather being just fine?
Glorious.
Just
glorious
fine.
conditions for the players. Scoring conditions. Jackson's buddy Mitch.
Yeah, because
they call him?
he had to leave after...
Why?
He had a wedding to go to.
Oh, brother.
So we only had
what a
3.
flat tire.
I hate to say it.
What a flat tire.
I hate to say it. We went on a hot birdie run after my cousin left.
Oh, a damning
taking
condemnation of Mitch's game.
Well, it wouldn't really make any sense because, like, if he was there, theoretically, he'd still go on the birdie run. But I don't know. Something happened.
Better chemistry in the room?
Could have just been an easier selection of holes. That front 9, the end of that front 9 at Oak Valley.
Doug, pull up the end of the...
I'm not going to.
Those last 4 or 5 holes, those will get you if you're not careful. Need to be accurate off the tee.
Yeah.
Tight windows to land. 7 and 8, you gotta be dialed.
A lot of trees.
Foliage.
A lot of foliage. The place was in great shape.
It really was.
It was in awesome shape.
That is, Doug, a hidden gem.
Grant down there at Oak Valley was so accommodating and great.
Grant's first class. That is... You know, we were talking about quality public courses in the area. Oak Valley is mounting a charge for real. No BS. I don't get any money from them. I'm just telling you what I think. That's the deal. That was impressive. And they put in hundreds of thousands of dollars into the bunkers. So those bunkers are some of the best I've seen in the area as well. So it was a really fun day. And I know a lot of hard work goes into making that happen. So tip of the cap to everybody involved because that was outstanding. Raised a lot of money for Birdies for Bipolar. And across the board, people had a good time. So thank you to the audience and thank you to everybody involved for making the Dotem a success. It's 7:18 in St. Louis. Doug's selection of the lifetime roofing lead, the St. Louis Cardinals. He's getting a lot of pushback on that.
Really?
Jackson, very transparent. The defense of the Pistons and Motorcade felt like that was probably going to be the lead. We had some sound pulled. So that threw us all off guard. But if you miss anything on today's presentation, including one of the Tarps off leaders, who is going to join us coming up here at 7:35. That's Caleb Cummings. You can podcast like the Dickens Schaefer Door Company, SCHAEFER. Schaefer Door is the sponsor of the podcast on the morning after. That's Jason Gosrow's team at Schaefer Door Company. They are a LiftMaster partner. If your garage door broke over the weekend, good news. They have Monday morning standby service available, which means you call them or go online at schaeferdoor.com right now, and they can get out to you this morning and take care of it. It's Schaefer Door Company, sponsor of the podcast here on TMA. They install with LiftMaster garage door opener, strong, quiet, and versatile. 636 782-3608, or go online at SchaeferDoor.com. The program's called TMA. It's presented by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN. Puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
It really, really does.
It's TMA 101 ESPN, the show presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Online at getbc.com or by calling 314-222-2222. That's Terry Crouppen. That's Andy Crouppen. That's Ed Herman. They are local, founded here in 1979. And if you are in a spot where you need an attorney, don't you want somebody who is local? That's Brown and Crouppen, committed to the St. Louis community. Online at getbc.com or by calling 314-222-2222. Brown and Crouppen now sponsoring TMA as our presenting sponsor, going back 3+ years, and we ask you to support the sponsors. Brown and Crouppen, getbc.com, 314-222-2222. If you get injured in an accident, they don't get paid unless you get paid. It's Brown and Crouppen at getbc.com. Remember, the choice of lawyers is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. On the Polos Plus dossier, coming up in 10 minutes, Doug, Caleb Cummings, one of the Stephen F. Austin club ball players who led the Tarps off contingency over the weekend, is going to join us to give us the backstory and the experience they had when Ali Marmol invited them into the clubhouse following the win on Saturday. The boys are on an all-time high and still in St. Louis, I believe, actually. So we will talk it over with him in about 10 minutes here on The Morning After on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Something that has been texted in, and I saw it also in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat, asking about how much longer the Cardinals can keep trotting out guys who can't hit. It's a fair question. Even though they're winning, you see games like yesterday where there's just absolutely nothing going on offensively. Fun facts for no one tell over the weekend. Doug, some good news down at Memphis. The Cardinals got a home run from Baez, his 11th. Good. Crooks, his 12th, and Velasquez, his 7th. Martin, you've been monitoring mid-May as a potential time when the Cardinals would make a move. Lars Nootbaar is lurking out there as a potential move, and maybe that would be the move. But what do you think on any minor league move?
I think at some point you could even justify, hey, Sajaci needs some consistent at bats, or because he's just not hitting at all. I think you could justify putting him down in Memphis.
I mean, they now pull him. That's how Pozo gets in, as if Sajaci's coming
Pozo
up.
needs to play more.
How about our boy?
He rakes.
I mean,
how about our boy?
Just even if he just pinch
rakes
hits
on Friday for the win.
once a game.
Almost gets thrown out at first.
And if Church,
Chip said, make sure and run.
Get to first base. If Church gets the hit yesterday, you know who's on deck was Pozo.
Yep.
It was Sajaci's spot, but Pozo, I mean, you got a 2-for-1 spot out there. I realize the 3-catcher thing because Herrera doesn't catch on a regular basis, but when he gets a chance to hit, he's got the David Freese, Robert Horry clutch gene, and he delivered on Friday night. But you just have too many guys. I mean, once you get past, I feel like I say this every Monday, once you get past whatever the line of demarcation is that you consider it to be, I mean, I really kind of think it's the 4th spot in the lineup. You've got a real problem on your hands.
They started 2 outfielders yesterday who are 2 of them now hitting below 190.
Nice.
With limited power. I'm not sure a Cardinal team has ever done that. You'd probably have to really go back through the record books to find a team this late into the season had 2 starting outfielders, one hitting 164 and the other 189. Church was the big hitter out there, and he hadn't really torn it up this year. He's been okay, but you can't have that. These are supposed to be offensive positions. You got to have some punch in the outfield.
Yeah, Baez playing center field, has 11 home runs and an 801 OPS at Memphis.
I think at some point you owe it to the team to bring in. And I get it. It's working largely what they're doing, and it's chemistry, and you don't want to mix things up. I think that's a big part of it for them. But at some point, you got to have a few more options. I mean, it's hard to ignore when you look at those averages. And Urias is going to be back soon, too, and he's not really hitting.
You have Nelson Velasquez, who was a big topic going into opening day when he didn't make the team, and he started off horribly slow. I think it was 0 for 21. But in the month of May, he has a 1273 OPS and is hitting 342 with 5 home runs. So I don't know what the mindset is on, getting younger guys opportunities, because I realize you go, okay, well, this guy's been here and he's part of the group, but you have a real problem offensively, in particular in 2/3 of the outfield operating on the premise that Walker isn't DHing like he was yesterday. In yesterday's case, you had Sajaci, Scott, and Church. I mean, that's just that has to be the worst offensive major league starting outfield on Sunday, May 17th, 2026. I mean, without question. Don't get me wrong. Nathan Church made a Jim Edmonds-esque catch in right field. That was unbelievable. But offensively, Once Walker's done, then you have the Nolan Gorman experience, and then off we go.
It could be they don't want to make a move yet because they got Nootbaar coming back in probably a couple of weeks, and that'll be one spot in the outfield. That'll be the left field spot, and then Church will be the center fielder, and maybe they think they'll be okay at that point.
But Nootbaar's not Mickey Mantle, and people are like, oh, well, Newt will be back soon. Newt will be back soon. To me, I still feel like that's a giant unproven.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, I don't know.
But they're going to play him.
Oh, absolutely. No, and I think if you're going to make a move, especially put somebody in the outfield, you do it before Nootbaar comes back, when it's going to get a little more crowded, even
Take
though
a look
nobody's.
at him a little bit.
Well, what would it hurt if you gave Velasquez 7 straight starts? Just stick him in left field, put him in the lineup, and the guy who hit well at spring training is starting to turn it on at Memphis. Why not? Why not just give him that? Because that left field every night is kind of like, oof.
Yeah.
Why not just give him a 1-week run, stick him in the lineup, see what he does?
And in parallel to this conversation regarding the offense, you are getting incredible starting pitching. I realize they're not names. There isn't a name in the bunch. If you were to ask people around baseball to name the members of the St. Louis Cardinal rotation, I'm talking about baseball fans around the country, they may recognize one, and it's only because he won a world championship with the Dodgers and had a distinct look. But they are getting quality starts and got another one yesterday. And even though watching that game, I didn't feel like Palante was on. But really, I don't think the Royals score that run in the first inning if it weren't for Victor Scott's error, because that allowed Garcia to get to third base, and then that set the stage for him to be driven in by a sac fly. But once again, they get these quality starts from the rotation, and that is 9 in the month of May. 9
That's
in the month of May.
I heard the stat today, and I couldn't believe it was true, that Palante is the first Cardinal starting pitcher to get an out in the 7th inning this year.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. But they yank him early, but they let him go a little bit yesterday.
Velasquez isn't on the 40-man. It's from Miss Kitty's carpet stain.
Okay.
Put him on there.
There's a rule that he can't come up to the majors.
It's such a convoluted rule. Why do you even have guys at AAA if you can't bring them up? What's the point?
Urias has no need to be here anymore. Too many guys from AAA that can replace him. Now that signing really makes no sense at all. Doug, that's from John Boy in Indiana.
Didn't really make sense at the time.
I agree. I was listening probably to the same interview you were listening to yesterday, Martin, with Tom Ackerman on KMOX. And Chaim Bloom said that he has been dealing with this tennis elbow going back to spring training, and it got to the point that he just couldn't keep playing and being of use to them, so they put him on the IL. That's the backstory on Urias.
Playing
as
too
bad
much
as
tennis.
the bench is, that's why I don't. Pozo went along, because I know he started slow, but they would go just weeks without using him at all. I feel like there's got to be an at bat a game you can find for that guy.
This team is young and good. Why are you looking for the negative? That's from your mom's sanitational engineer.
Leave us alone.
I'm on board with putting Pozo in left.
Oh, I don't think he can handle that.
Why not?
You're not fast enough.
Oh, Cook, okay.
Well, you can't have 2 or 3 balls drop
All right,
out
we'll
there.
do a softball-style outfield where we have Pozo and Church in left. Put them in there.
2 of them in left.
Yeah, leave second base open.
I'm not sure he hits that well.
Jugs in D.C., Doug, our Atlantic 10 basketball correspondent, says Urias has been dealing with being bad, so they made up an injury and put him on the IL. There you go. Tarps off the story of the weekend in St. Louis. One of the leaders of the movement is going to join us coming up in the next segment here on the Polos Plus dossier. The backstory, the experience of the Stephen F. Austin baseball team, how it all came to pass, getting to go into the Cardinal clubhouse. Caleb Cummings, one of the leaders of the Tarps Off movement from Stephen F. Austin, next on the Callier and Thompson phone lines here on 101 ESPN.
Hey, this is Jackson with the Sports Center update. That's brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. Cardinals lose yesterday, but win the series against Kansas City. Off today, back in action tomorrow against the Pirates. 6:45 p.m. first pitch with Matthew Liberatore on the mound for the Redbirds. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Welcome back to the Morning After 101 ESPN. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the program. Jackson Burkett is on the ones and twos. It's a program that welcomes you to participate by calling in, texting in, emailing in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today at 9:45 on the Polos Plus dossier. And in this segment, we will be joined by a couple of members of the Stephen F. Austin Club baseball team that began the Tarps off movement at Busch Stadium. And Doug, I believe it led to 2 wins on Friday and on Saturday. It is our pleasure to welcome to the program Caleb Cummings and Jackson. What is Bryce's last name? Bryce is a
Believe Bradford.
Bryce Bradford.
If I'm wrong, I couldn't be sorry.
Isn't that fun? That's alliteration. Isn't that fun? Caleb Cummings and Bryce Bradford.
Those would be great update names. I'm Bryce Bradford with the latest.
Alongside Caleb Cummings. Joining us right now, Caleb and Bryce. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
What's up, boys? Are you still in St. Louis?
Yes, sir. We're in our hotel in Alton.
So, Doug, they're in Alton, but they came a little south to go to the game. All right, so what is the backstory? You guys are club baseball players from Stephen F. Austin. You play on Friday, and then you say, let's go to the Cardinal game. Is it as simple as that?
Yeah, well, we hopped on the bus after our game. We were like, let's go to the Cardinals game. One of our buddies, Zach Mead, was like, yo, there are these $15 tickets. I'll buy 20 of them. Y'all send me money and we'll go. So we ended up last minute decided to go. We sat up and high up on the first baseline, probably right alongside first base. And then throughout the game, we moved to left field bleachers, and then we started to wave. And then we were like, wait, that whole empty section, let's go up there and just start waving our shirts off, because we've seen it in college football games before, and we just did not think that it would lead up to that big of a presence in St. Louis.
So you guys see that there's a wide open section. It's basically along the right field line, kind of close to the foul pole, for those not familiar with where it was all going on. And you saw what happened. Oklahoma State had a big contingent of people taking their shirts off. I think it started at Indiana about 4 or 5 years ago. You guys take the shirts off. And how many people were with you initially? Like just your teammates?
Yeah, I would say it started off with about 17, 18 of us, just our teammates. And then there was a section of kids right over. As soon as they saw us start doing it, the kids started running over, participating. You could see the smiles on their faces. It was great to see how immediate of an effect it had on St. Louis fans.
And people just started to join you into the movement. And then how did Friday roll into Saturday?
I mean, it just, unexpected. I mean, we didn't mean for this to sort of trend, but it did. And we're just happy to be part of something that keeps on going, keeps on giving. And we're just so happy to bring so much happiness into the city of St. Louis.
And so Ollie on Saturday, Ollie Marmol, the manager, said he would buy tickets. Now, had you guys already purchased tickets? Did anybody contact you from the Cardinals by Saturday? Did you buy your own seats?
No, the Cardinals Instagram actually reached out to our Instagram and was like, the night before, so I guess that was the Friday night, they were like, we'll get back with you in the morning. If we don't, here's the VP of Ticketing's number. So they ended up getting back with us anyways, asked for a good phone number and email for MLB Ballpark, and then we signed in with it and saw, I think, 18 tickets all in the same exact section, and we were just like so grateful. And then we started playing the game, our game, and I looked at my phone and I saw Ollie buying out that whole section to give away for free. And I was like, well, good thing we already had tickets or we wouldn't have been in our spots. So Cardinals clutched up for sure, giving us the tickets before.
And then they invited you down to the clubhouse. How did that whole thing get arranged, and what was that like?
Well, we didn't expect that. They said, make sure y'all stay after for a special surprise. Like, we all had in the back of our minds, like, oh, what if we get to meet the players? Like, we saw Mason win and Pozo post how cool it was and how great it was. So we saw that, and we were like, maybe we get to go. And then we're like, let's not get our hopes up. It's probably just like a shirt and a hat and just a thank you from the Cardinals organization. But the guy got up there. He's like, all right, is everybody? And we're like, yes, sir. And he's like, all right, let's head down to the clubhouse. And we all looked at each other, and we were just stoked. It was great.
About that.
Yeah, cool.
So once you boys get a chance to head down there, what was the experience like once you got into the Cardinal clubhouse? Take us through that.
It was unreal. I mean, something I thought I'd never experienced. Something that none of us probably would have thought to experience, to get to meet all these superstars, people that have been through all levels of baseball, and to get to this level. I mean, it was just such an honor to meet every single person that was in that clubhouse, and we are forever thankful. And I mean, just a one out of a million opportunity, and we just so happen to get lucky and get that opportunity, and we're just so thankful.
What did your head coach think about all this? Was he in on it?
He's loving it. Our sports club, Brandon, our sports club director, Brandon's loving it. All the administration at SFA is loving it. Our president, VP, the president's wife, they're all reposting it. They love how SFA is on the map, not just in Texas, but even in Seattle. We're hoping to spread the fire about SFA because it's a great university. It's getting bigger throughout the years, and we have tons of great plans to expand it, and I would think it'd be cool to get people from out of state.
So it's a club team, so it's not a university sanctioned sport?
Yeah, it's club. So we pretty much just signed up, showed up to practice. I mean, we practice on a intramural football field. No dirt, no mound, no backstop. It's literally just a field. And we showed up there one day, and then we're like, all right. And throughout the season, we just got better and better, and then ended up in here, World Series and all.
Cool. Are you concerned at all that you may have worn yourself out by waving the T-shirts? I saw you lost yesterday 11-0.
Oh, no, Doug. Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm a reporter.
Doug's a little boy whore.
It's okay. No. I would say definitely not. I think that for me, it's kind of like a rehab of the arm. I feel like my arm kind of feels nice. I threw, I think, 90 pitches on Thursday, and then we got to the game after. Oh no, that was 90 pitches on Friday. We got to the game after, and I was like waving it, and I was like, wait, this feels good on my shoulder. I bet Bryce can say the same thing. Been playing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, just getting to play our game of baseball and then coming to watch the Cardinals play baseball. I mean, it was just a great opportunity, and we felt great, and it felt great to be there to support the Cardinals. And I'm still speechless to this day. A couple days later, and I'm still speechless.
Caleb Cummings and Bryce Bradford of the Stephen F. Austin club baseball team that began what has become a phenomenon in St. Louis in just a mere 48 hours. The Tarps off movement in right field, and the Cardinal players clearly acknowledging it. They loved it. Anything that any of the players said to you, Caleb or Bryce, when you were down in the clubhouse that stood out to you?
I mean, I'm not going to lie, they just had normal conversation with us like we were normal people, they were normal people. They set aside, like, their fame, like, whether it was, oh, they're known for this, oh, they're known for that. Like, they just set aside. They were just friends. But I kind of, like, was so in shock. I remember having conversations, but I don't remember specifics. So I was just still just in shock.
They treated us so great. I mean, treated us as if we were back in their childhood days. Like, they respected us so much. I mean, we obviously respected them. I mean, we have so much respect for them. We have so much respect for the team, and they showed it right back to us. And it goes back to, respect others, how you expect to be treated. And it was really great to see at people that are at higher level.
I don't know if you guys are Astros fans or Rangers fans by birth down there in Texas. You could be from anywhere, but are you now Cardinal fans moving forward?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Sure.
You think you might make another road trip back up here sometime during the season? Do it again?
I would say I'm pretty confident from what I've seen the past few days that they make a strong run in the playoffs. Of course, we have summer, but I feel like it'd be cool to make it up for a playoff game because, like, just how much is? Do y'all know how much Busch holds?
About 43 or 45,000.
45,000.
I think the game we went to on Friday had like 23,000, and then the game on Saturday had like closer to 30, and then on Sunday it was like 38,000. But I feel like going to a playoff game with 48,000 people, especially with the team with the history of the Cardinals and all the fans and the strong fan base, I feel like that would be an insane environment like MLB hasn't seen before with the tarps off. I feel like the upper three levels could tarps off. Imagine the whole stadium just tarps off, waving them around in playoffs. I wouldn't be able to pitch. I don't think anybody would. It'd be crazy.
A topless October.
Topless October.
Yeah, topless Paul Schemes would come into Busch and not know what to do.
Bunch of topless 45,000 plus celebrating the festivities. Well, the people of St. Louis absolutely loved it. As you guys said, it's not like you were Cardinal fans coming into it, but left St. Louis as Cardinal fans, and you have created an atmosphere that I think has endeared you guys to this region and Cardinal fans, and certainly the players. They absolutely loved it. Tip of the cap to you boys. You have started something, and I hope it continues to be a big thing here, and hopefully we see you back in St. Louis soon. Really appreciate the time this morning, guys. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all for reaching out and having us on the show.
Thank you, guys. That's Caleb Cummings and Bryce Bradford of the Stephen F. Austin Club baseball team. Doug, they started the Tarps Off movement. It started with 17, and the goal is to get it to 45,000 plus with their shirts off for a World Series game against the New York Yankees on November 4th.
I don't think you get all 45,000 to be topless.
Why do you say
if
that?
the women do it, they start arresting people, right?
Yeah, that's a double standard.
Yeah. Maybe that should
Bring back Morgana, the kissing bandit, Doug. She could run around the field.
Busty Hart? What about Busty Hart? She was chased from the ballpark.
Some of the gentlemen love bosom.
Oh.
You know it's true.
Girl, you know it's true, Milli Vanilli.
Fredbird took his top off.
Yeah.
Well, how do you explain that to your kids?
That was a nice look.
Battlehawks fans are doing it, too. It's catching on. October could be a little problematic with the
chilly.
weather, Doug, but we'll deal with the logistics when we get there.
Yeah.
But I noticed that Marmol tweet on Saturday. I thought, does he have a Twitter account? First tweet since 2019.
Hey, guys, I tried to go tops off on Saturday, and the Stephen F. Austin boys told me large areolas and downward pointing nipples made pee uncomfortable. That's from Fred Dreyer's Mushroom Mark. Doug, what'd I read?
I don't know, but I wouldn't read it again.
What a story. Those guys seem like great dudes. Let's maybe pump the brakes on superstars, though. They got to meet a Quad A team. That's from Little Tommy Tribbins. What are we doing here?
I don't know.
Oh, my God, Doug, it's not a head coach. It's called their manager. Jesus, take your shirt off. That's from Lady Sonia's teacup.
No, in college sports, I think they still call him the head coach. College baseball, I think he's still the head coach.
So Lady Sonia's teacup might be apologizing to you.
It could be, yeah. Watch out. Here comes Suckboy Tony. Yeah.
And Nacogdoches, Doug, is a little to the northeast of Houston.
Yeah.
Southeast of Dallas.
Home of Clint Dempsey. Do you ever think about that?
I really haven't, and I need to think about it more.
Greatest American soccer players to ever live. So it's something for you.
I was thinking about Stephen F. Austin, who's considered the father of Texas.
And the Lumberjacks, great college mascot, Lumberjacks.
Brad Underwood, friend of the show, took them to the tournament.
That's right.
So he kind of got on the map.
That's exactly right. Jugs in D.C., who has been passionate about betting the Cardinals to make the playoffs. The number was at plus 340 last week. It is plus 290.
Wow.
Now, Doug, 3-1 on your money if you're interested. The Cardinals, for the record, a game and a half back of the Cubs. Everybody in the National League Central lost yesterday, so they didn't lose any ground. We will see the Cubs here in St. Louis a week from Friday. We could have ourselves an old-fashioned pony show in St. Louis.
Do you think this Tarps off thing will continue even without the Stephen F. Austin guys? I think it probably will.
Well, they weren't there yesterday. They weren't there yesterday.
Oh, they were getting their asses beat 11-0.
Oh, no.
Sorry. I'm a reporter.
No.
I like how Doug tied in the waving of the shirts with them being exhausted and not able to win a baseball game.
Doug, with my shirt off, I'm told I have man cans. That's from Garth Butcher's Sweaty Undercarriage.
Oh. I would suspect that it would continue. Some fans will try to keep it going.
I agree.
Doug, you dumbass. Sam Houston's the father in Texas, and that's Stephen F. Austin. Stop making this region even dumber. That's from Jugs in D.C.
I'm reading this right here that he's considered the father of Texas.
So now you need Lady Sonia's teacup to apologize to you and Jugs in D.C. to apologize to you?
Yeah, both
Doug's
of them.
right. Known as the father of Texas and the founder of Anglo Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, Jackson. Landon Donovan's the GOAT of U.S. soccer. That's in the 636.
Okay. Take a closer look at Clint Dempsey.
One of the listeners' favorite callers outside of Dan Jansen is Virginia, Doug. She loves the St. Louis Cardinals, and she is on the Collier and Thompson phone lines here on 101 ESPN and the TMASTL YouTube channel. Virginia, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing fine, Jenny. Jen, how are you?
I'm doing really good.
All right.
I was at the game, so I said I was going to call in.
Okay.
Which game were you at, Virginia?
We went Friday night.
Nice, great ball game.
Great ball game where all that went down. It was for like underneath them were a lot of little leaguers. It was like St. Peter's Athletic Association's night at the ballpark. So I was there with my son's baseball team, and it was electric. And I will point out there were some women who did take their shirts off, but they had like sports bras on.
Oh,
so maybe that's why it was okay. I don't know.
See, Doug? See, it works. Brandy Chastain started that trend, 1999.
Right. So, I mean, our section, our baseball team did not take their shirts off. Only like two boys did, and like some of the younger ones. But when they looked up and saw all the older, like all those young men, the baseball players from out of town doing it, all of them down below tried to do like the same thing, and they were yelling. They were like, when Jordan Walker came up, they were all yelling MVP. It was just a very contagious environment. So I'm glad that we could be there for it. It was great.
Yeah. The Cardinals really needed this kind of shot in the arm for their fan base, because it hasn't been the most exciting place to be the last couple of years, and it feels like it's just turned 180 degrees this season.
It has, and I feel like as a fan, I'm now getting back on my Cardinals fan base pages. There's still some haters sprinkled in there, but I think the city is starting to believe again, and that's good. That's a good place to be.
Yeah.
My daughter, she came with us, and she is not a big baseball fan. And when we went into extra innings, she actually asked to stay. Like she was like engaged. The environment had her, and she was like, "Can I stay longer? Can we stay?" I was like, "Absolutely." Truth be told, we weren't going to leave early anyway, but I like that she felt she had a choice. And so we watched, and it was great. And the last play, when I think they walked JJ and like intentionally walked him, and then Pozo came up, like everybody was going crazy. And I was like, make them regret walking JJ because they think you're going to be an easy out. And they won. So, you know.
You think this team can keep it going and be competitive all year?
I still think that. I think everybody's starting to get into a groove. And, you know, like playoffs, maybe. I'm optimistic, still cautiously optimistic, but this is fun. This is great baseball. People keep saying that like we're the underdogs, and then we're winning series. We're stringing things together. Jordan's finding his groove. Mason Wynn, JJ. Our infield is dangerous. Our outfield is coming together. The bats are hot when they're supposed to be. So I feel like, why not? So yeah.
Doug, why not? Why not?
Why not us?
Is what Virginia asks.
That's exactly right.
Now they're in the wild card spot right there, Doug. Are you watching those Phillies, though? It's a little early to scoreboard watch, but they're 14-4 with Don Madden.
Yeah,
Here come the Phillies.
He's turned that team around. Well, they got a good roster. I'm surprised they played as poorly as they did early. Right. But they could be dangerous.
They could be, and I'll give a shout out to our bullpen. Our bullpen is finding its way from where we started to where we are now. So, yes, everybody, within our division and then just around MLB altogether, there are some competitors out there. However, I do feel, and I don't have, all the stats in front of me because I'm driving to work, but that we are, I think, leading the MLB in certain things, too. There are certain things that our club is being noted for. So I think that that's just also another sign of, we're not just there, we are competing. And I think that's what the fan base wants to see, competing.
Got to believe, Doug. You just got to believe.
It's been a fun year so far.
You got to believe.
Okay, I will.
Virginia, it's always a delight to hear from you. Thank you so much for calling in and spreading your positivity.
I tried. Thank y'all for letting me talk. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Virginia. Doug, that's Virginia on the Callier and Thompson phone line. How about this positivity? You have Bryce Bradford, Caleb Cummings, and the delightful Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Faith's Teeth texting in says, if anyone says anything bad about this caller, they need to stick a fork in their ear. So agreeing that we need positive. Next text, Virginia makes me want to drive off the chain around.
Oh, yeah, it's a polarizing program. Yeah. It's a polarizing program. But we're grateful to Healthcare Evolution for sponsoring said 7 o'clock hour. I have worked with Healthcare Evolution. They're the ones that helped me with my shoulder when I had a slap tear, and they are ready to help you. They give those of us with a nagging pain and injuries real answers and same-day pain relief. No emergency room, no wait-and-see approach. Healthcare Evolution will give you options prior to having surgery that you just don't want to have. Right now, Healthcare Evolution is offering you a free consultation over the phone. This free consultation will allow you to tell them what's going on with your pain, see if what they offer is a good fit for you, and discuss the cost that may be associated with your treatment. If you prefer in-person, Healthcare Evolution will give you a huge discount. This offer is just $200. Original cost is $700. In-person, Healthcare Evolution can review any previous imaging you have, do a hands-on assessment, and follow it up with diagnostic ultrasound imaging. Visit healthcare-evolution.com for the answer to most of your medical issues, free phone consultation, or a significantly reduced in-person consultation. And don't forget, this month of May, 10% off all knee issues. It's healthcare-evolution.com. 8 o'clock in St. Louis. Time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne, Jackson Burkett with you on the program. It's TMA 101 ESPN.
Village Bar, great spot for lunch, happy hour, hanging with friends, hanging with family, grab a cheeseburger, wings, the waffle fries. You know all about that, but we've also been telling you that Barn and Back is home to 1879 Distilling. They've got a great gift shop as well. The general store at Village Bar, right there on the east end of the building, the blue building, that's the general store. That's where they sell the great 1879 products. Also Village Bar hats and shirts and sweatshirts, all of it right there. They have a tasting room that's open noon to 5 on Saturdays. More hours coming your way this summer so you can enjoy not only the tasting room, but also the great products for sale on the go. Award-winning spirits that are being made right in Back. Red Barn Vodka, real popular this time of year. All the different flavors. Check out 1879 Rye, 1879 Bourbon. There's a reason they're winning awards around town. Ask for it by name. If you're at a restaurant, at the grocery store, ask if they carry 1879 products. Again, that tasting room, noon to 5 on Saturdays. You can find out more, including the backstory, how they started this in the first place, why they decided to do it. It's right there at the Village Bar in Back, inside the barn. It's 1879distilling.com.
Doug, you requested it.
I didn't.
Papers, what do we have?
Petey Pablo.
Petey Pablo.
Petey Pablo.
Take your shirt off. Wave around your head like a helicopter.
Don't tell me what to do.
It's not me. It's Petey Pablo.
Was that Freak League in 2003?
I don't know the years, Tim. I just don't.
Chairman, is there a Tarps off in the works in your production studios?
There is not as of yet.
Okay.
But not to say that there won't be.
Yeah.
I could see it happening.
I could too. Another song to add to the album?
Freak League was 04, Tim. No, December 1st, 2003. My apologies.
Okay.
Take some time away.
We'll let it go.
The program's called TMA. It is presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN and on the TMA STL YouTube channel. Open up your YouTube app, type TMA STL in there, and you join 297 friends who are in there talking it over in the Michelob Ultra chat. The SoCo Ho says, you all really buried the lead this morning. Doug gave freedom to Deke Dotem, and you all want to talk sports, a movement that swept through the nation. Come on, boys, do better. Doug, that's from the SoCo Ho.
Just 2 days. He's just back 2 days. That's it.
It has not surfaced yet. Very clearly, he just said Deke Dotem.
Joined in the Healthcare Evolution 7 o'clock hour by Caleb Cummings and Bryce Bradford. You might say, well, who's that? Those are two members of the Stephen F. Austin baseball team that was here in St. Louis that led the Tarps Off movement this past weekend at Busch Stadium. They were playing a game yesterday afternoon, but the movement continued and spread to another section by the end of what was a really lackluster game. Jackson has sound of the reaction of the team to what took place. This is from Saturday, following yet another Cardinal win, and the boys getting a chance to go down to the clubhouse and meet in the Cardinals.
So much going on through my mind. This all started out as just us as a brotherhood trying to have a good time, and it brought so many people together, over like thousands of people, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it. I didn't know this was all going to happen. Not even from here. We're from Texas. We're from a small town in Texas, Palestine, Texas. Oh, goodness gracious. I would never imagine or even dream of meeting star players like this. I just wanted to thank St. Louis. I want to thank the Cardinals. This is just a 1 out of 1 opportunity for all of my brothers, and to allow us to come meet y'all's brothers, and just I'm speechless. I thank y'all so much.
I mean, it just produces that kind of environment. I mean, we come out here, I mean, you see those guys kind of start huddling up and bundling, like shirts come off, the environment just gets crazy. They're doing roll calls 3-4 times. Like, it's just super fun to play in an environment like that.
This is the most fun I've had at the big league level for sure. Maybe probably in my entire career. I mean, this is the group we have in here. The energy has been great all year. You know, they just kind of ignited a little bit more of it, and it's just been a blast. I mean, that's really the best way I can put it.
Yeah. How long are you going to have to continue to buy tickets if this works? I'll go broke. All right. Yeah. I'll have time for more.
And then said he'd fund that free section up there until his bank account runs dry. You think that's a good idea?
I told him during the game, I said, you're rich, you'll be fine. You got it.
Media chuckle.
Yeah, man. I hope to see him more often. Obviously, they're not going to be able to come out too much being from SFA, but I'm hoping, like I said, it started something with the Cardinals fans and the younger generation to come to some of these games.
Well, they had themselves quite a little road trip. I'm sure they thought this will be fun to go to St. Louis, get out of town here for a weekend. And then the talk of the town, they got major league players saying it's the most fun they've had playing in a game.
Yeah, it was Mason Wynn saying that. Yeah. Ali Marmol saying he's going to keep going no matter what. Going to ask Chaim Bloom for more money.
That picture they all took together is awesome.
Yeah.
Yvonne Herrera seemed to be enjoying it thoroughly.
Lady Sonia's teacup, who owes Doug an apology, you said? Because
I feel so. I feel that's the case.
Club baseball managers are called coaches.
Even if it's not club, like the Mizzou baseball team, NCAA level, it's still called the head coach in college.
Yeah. So this is it? This is the show? Talking about a bunch of college kids taking their shirts off at a game? Really?
I'm telling you, leave us alone. Go on, leave us be.
I love this so much. That's from Lisa. Now, Jackson's described Lisa as
She's a gem.
She's a gem.
She's a gem.
Mr. Licks has not issued a statement regarding Live Golf, but he has expressed his dissatisfaction with the program. Cool, they lost yesterday. Find a new gimmick, Mr. Licks.
He's over it. Move on.
The inevitable backlash is of course, arrived. Doug Contrarian is, of course, in vogue.
We got to be cool.
We got to be cool?
You got to be cool.
Got to be cool.
Being in part of the crowd is not cool.
God, it's such a long season. You need different things to pop up along the way.
100%.
Kind of fun, and maybe it'll fade a little bit, but at some point in September there'll be a big game and some kids that go upstairs and start waving their shirts. I mean, I think there'll be some callback to this as it quiets down.
I thought something that Chip Carey observed on the broadcast this weekend was on point, and I heard Martin. It sounded like we were listening at the same time. Mike Claiborne, Rick Horton, and John Rooney were talking about this. If you had the makeup of the roster last year with what took place this weekend, it doesn't become what it became. Do you follow me on that? Mm-hmm. You had to have the youthful energy of the roster, and you couldn't have some of the dead money, wet blanket, old veteran mindset in there. I think that helped play into it. I think it was a perfect storm in that sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think this particular group, I think they're all pretty tight. It's a laid-back room because it's not that they don't know any better, but they don't have that salty, kind of been around forever. The game sucks, even though I get paid a lot of money. It's just like crusty for no reason. They're just kind of having fun. And these young kids, it was just the perfect tie-in for them to kind of buy in. And the manager's young. I mean, Ollie Marmol is not some grizzled old vet either.
Not even 40.
Right, not even 40.
Yeah, he's a 39-year-old gentleman.
No, it was great fun. And now you just hope, and the bottom line is you got to keep winning to keep people interested. The downside of it, Friday night, you're playing the Royals, which normally is a pretty big weekend series, is that the kid told us, he said, we looked up and said, we'll just go take over that section.
Yeah,
you don't want sections available. I'm saying hopefully you keep winning and there aren't sections available.
When I go to a game, I'm always happy for the people, the fans in particular, that bring energy to it. Because if everybody watched a game like I do, it'd be the most boring atmosphere in the history of sports.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, myself included, tend to just kind of sit there and talk quietly to the person you're with. They're not up jumping around, starting the waves or waving shirts or doing much of anything that creates much of an atmosphere.
Someone told me you heckle. You like to heckle.
I don't heckle.
You like to heckle the outfielders.
I don't heckle. But even that is...
JC, you're a bum. You're a bum.
Even that kind of thing is part of the atmosphere that makes it fun to go.
These boys from Texas had no idea St. Louis fans were so desperate for any hope or sign of life. Big overlap with people who enjoy this stuff and people who enjoy the Savannah Bananas. Doug, that's from the October Pontooner, and he's not happy
He's
now.
not happy either. Not happy about it. Cardinals were thrilled. The other fans loved it. 1, 2 out of 3, and they're unhappy.
I was so fired up when Poza got that hit on Friday night.
There was a gentleman behind the plate, which represents to me my experience in Columbia, Missouri with the Kansas City. And I don't know how many people noticed him. I mean, he was really, really into it. And hey, nothing wrong with being really into it, but there was a tinge of that Kansas City anger thing with St. Louis, which I think has dissipated since now. Things have just changed quite a bit. The trajectory of the two regions, Kansas City with the Super Bowl runs and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, certainly in a different category. And since then, also the Royals won a World Series, albeit a while ago. And man, was he was a banty rooster back there, Jackson. He was a banty rooster.
I'm trying to.
Yes,
I'm watching the video right now.
Pozo ripped his heart out. He was despondent back there.
I was so fired up because they walk Weatherholt to get to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what a mistake you just made.
That's right.
What a
it's
mistake.
like when Ron Washington allowed Get Up to manage the 2011 World Series by walking Pujols, and I believe in that game, Joe Buck and McCarver go, Lance Berkman's been the best hitting Cardinal. You know, I mean, I realize if you're doing it by ESPN analysts who drop by to watch baseball once a year, then you would walk Albert Pujols, but the guy behind him is hitting better, and that's Lance Berkman. And we saw how that played out in that particular at-bat. So with that all established, people are fired up, and it was a hell of an atmosphere over the weekend. We'll see if it can carry over into the Pittsburgh series, but I'm very confident you will see it starting off on next Friday when the Cardinals are taking on the Cubs here in St. Louis. By the way, in Cincinnati, friend of the program, Mike McGreevy, texted me yesterday morning, a Navy cap and no explanation. And I said, are you boys wearing the Navy caps today? And he said, no, for the road trip, Cincinnati.
Nice. So they're getting packed up.
So they are bringing the Navy caps for Cincinnati. McGreevy, with the support from inside the room, sending the image of the Navy cap, which will be going on the road with the boys. And maybe, Doug, just while they're there, just keep wearing it. Just keep wearing it on the road if you can.
Why not?
Thank you.
Refuse to take it off.
Yeah.
So Rookie Bitch is kind of a reporter, too.
Yeah, inside.
What would they do if all the guys, they're playing, let's say, like, just for example, they're playing Pittsburgh after a Cincinnati series on the road, and they all just show up in the dugout with the Navy caps?
Yeah, what are they going to do?
What are they going to say? Everyone go change?
Solidarity.
No, they're going to go get the Navy batting helmets. They're going to bring those out, switch out the red, and next thing you know, we have a World Series championship in our backyard.
And who would care if they did that?
Right.
I mean, who would be against it? Somebody, the guy, whoever's making the call, for them not to wear the Navy caps, I guess.
Tim's high school buddy texting in. I absolutely noticed that guy. I guess he's talking about the guy right behind home plate. He was real. I mean, this was like a guy, I think, around 60.
Little bandy rooster.
Yes. I absolutely noticed that guy. Glad he lost. F that guy. Enjoy the death of Chiefs Nation douche. Love you, Tim. That's from Tim's high school buddy, Doug.
Okay.
That means he's University High School?
I will say that Bobby Witt Jr. play where he deked out Vaughn Herrera. That was pretty sick.
That was solid.
That was sick. Pop Warner's screaming at him to go.
That was impressive. The program is called The Morning After. It's presented by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Polos Plus Dossier. We'll have the Design Air heating and cooling email of the day coming up at 9:45. Martin, you know anything about Design Air?
I do, Tim. They've been around this area for more than a century. They've been the longest-running TMA sponsor, and it all works in conjunction because you've got an established brand with a great reputation, and the sponsors get supported by you, the listeners. We love hearing those stories when Design Air has been in your home, whether it's a replacement, getting a new furnace, new HVAC unit, or just a repair. The team comes out, and that's what it is. Seth Goldcamp's put together a great team. The employees love working there, and they make sure they don't upsell. So if it's a repair, that's it. Not going to try and sell you something they don't need. We've heard so many examples of this. We love when you share those stories. DesignerService.com, the website where you can get signed up. Also, grab a maintenance plan. That way you are covered year-round for any issues, and you can kind of do preventative maintenance. That's the best way to do it. Instead of a panic when things go wrong, sign up for a maintenance plan. You can do that today at DesignerService.com. Family-owned and operated. Seth is now fourth generation, a long time St. Louis company for your heating and cooling needs year-round. It's real simple. It's DesignerService.com.
As someone who has lived in Kansas City for over a decade, I assure you that they are still a bitter little brother. It is a very odd St. Louis complex that they have. Doug, that's from Doug's Plump Twinkie. You like a plump Twinkie?
I don't really eat Twinkies.
Good for you.
Oh.
When's the last time you had a Twinkie? 20, 30 years ago?
Oh, probably.
Probably in a press box somewhere. They were sitting there and you just couldn't help it.
Maybe. Yeah, something like that. A Halloween treat, maybe.
Send in your emails about plump Twinkies the morning after at InsideSTL.com. It's brought to you by Design Air. We'll take a break, come back with more TMA 101 ESPN. the morning after 101 ESPN. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the program. Jackson Burkett is on the ones and twos. You're welcome to call into the program. Like the boys from Stephen F. Austin. Team Tarps Off called in our Healthcare Evolution 7 o'clock hour. The number's 314-974-0101. You can text into the Air Comfort Service text inbox at 314-399-9646 and open up your YouTube app, type TMASTL, and subscribe to the TMASTL channel. 6,888 have, and 289 are in there talking it over, like the Bridgeton Landfill Fume Huffer, St. Lunatic, and, of course, Eggplant Emoji. They're all in there talking it over, and you can join in the conversation. Every Monday in the 8 o'clock hour, Chris Kerber joins us here on TMA, and he is with us on the Collier and Thompson phone lines on 101 ESPN. Kurs, good morning.
Morning, Tim. How are you?
I'm looking forward to tonight's Game 7 between the Sabres and the Canadiens. What are your thoughts on what we're going to see? We know we're going to see some energy in the building, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's been one of the more fun series, actually. Actually, you know what? When you think about it, both the Tampa-Montreal series, which went 7, was great. Now Montreal's got themselves in another Game 7, but it's been an entertaining one with Buffalo. And the Sabres who are like 5-1 on the road, but 2-4 at home in these playoffs. I guess Lindy Ruff is trying to do some things, like he may not have a morning skate today. He's going to try to somehow figure out to make his team think it's a road game. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but the games are afoot, and a fun Game 7. Now, the crazy part about this is because of the way the schedule went, and this one going 7, Carolina is going to have gone something like 20 days between their Game 4 sweep of their last series and then when the conference finals start. And that's the longest gap in NHL playoff history. So some unique things still coming.
Talk about unique. I assume you've seen this story in Vegas where John Tortorella refused to allow the media in the locker room after they clinched their series, and now the league has taken a second-round draft pick away from the Golden Knights. What's going on there?
I think it's actually fantastic. I really do. I mean, look, John Tortorella. Okay, so I remember when I was doing games in the minor leagues in Springfield. John Tortorella was the head coach of the Rochester Americans, and they had just won the Calder Trophy. We played them early that next season. Did an interview with them. Fantastic. My first year in the National Hockey League, he ends up maybe the second year he ends up coaching down in Tampa. Right, do an interview with him one-on-one. Fantastic. One-on-one, his engagements are fantastic. Whatever happens to him in the media scrums where he becomes a cantankerous embarrassment to the league, I have no idea. But the reality of it is apparently the NHL had already warned teams, look, these are protocols you have to follow. And based on the NHL's release, it's pretty clear that they had already dealt with an issue with Vegas, because they're not just coming out with a $100,000 fine to the coach and a second-round draft pick loss to the team without some kind of warning. So the good news is it's a simple process. It's an easy process. Now, depending on the report, or at least what Vegas is saying, is they were flying out of Orange County and there was a curfew and all that other stuff. You know what? We fly out of Orange County during the year. You do the same thing in San Jose. That stuff happens. Teams in the playoffs. Sometimes you plan anyway for overtime in that scenario, so that excuse doesn't fly. And, and frankly, for a guy that's been fined $250,000 over the course of his whole career for comments and how he's handled things, this thing feels pretty just to me. Now, they could still appeal it, and they are going to appeal it, and Gary Bettman could lessen the loss of a second-round pick, and ironically, that's where the fun stuff of who's your owner, all that other stuff comes in. But we'll see how that plays out. But good for the NHL. You want to handle things like that, you want to go Marshawn Lynch, then go ahead and lose some draft picks and get fined pretty stiffly. Works for me.
Boy, Vegas has become a really good hockey market and a great organization. I'm trying to remember 10 years ago when they were getting a team, was there any concern, hey, I don't know, will hockey work in Vegas? Because it's certainly been a hit. And I don't remember at the time, do you remember, was there any discussion, I don't know, NHL and the desert? Because clearly it's been a hit.
Actually, I think it was just the opposite, Martin. You had started to hear rumblings about the different sports leagues wanting to get in there, and the NHL found a way to be first, right? And the one thing that they're claiming, and they can claim is Vegas born, because it was a true expansion team. You know, the Raiders moved. The Athletics are eventually moving. Maybe there's an expansion team coming in the NBA. We'll wait and see if that happens. But I don't think there was any doubt whether or not pro sports would work in Vegas. You know, and then they had, obviously, the unfortunate scenario before their first season. You had that mass shooting, you know, at that outdoor country concert just down at the end of the Strip. That galvanized everybody. Well, then they go all the way to a Stanley Cup final with David Perron and those guys, and they were off and running. And since then, and I know they've kind of become the villain of the league because of their success. Nobody likes teams that have, you know, years and years of success. But they've just done it differently. I mean, this current roster, their last game, they had, out of every player on their roster, only 2 of them were their own draft picks. Now, the first 4 or 5 years of the franchise, maybe you think, okay, that's not that unusual because they're just picking and guys take time. Well, you're in year 9 now, you know, and there's still only 2 of their own draft picks on that roster. 1 player that they signed as a college free agent coming out, or at least an unrestricted free agent that wasn't drafted, right? And then there's only 3 players left from the original team, you know, in McNabb, Theodore, and Carlson. So they have turned that roster over. They've done it aggressively. Their top 3 centermen, Eichel, and Eichel being one, Hurdle being the other, and Marner, were all top 3 centermen on other teams. They just found a way to go out and get them. And yes, it's Vegas. Players want to go there. So they do have that right now because they're winning, and everything that they seem to put around that franchise seems to be great. But I really look at Las Vegas as a team that is kind of rewriting how you can remain aggressive and competitive in a salary cap era. I mean, 9 years is pretty good success.
How do you handicap Vegas and Colorado? That should be a battle. It should be a war.
That should be a battle, and I still think it goes to Colorado. I don't know that Vegas defensively has the depth right now to match Colorado. I think still the ultimate series, if it does get to that, the most competitive series for Colorado could be the Carolina Hurricanes if both those teams get to the Stanley Cup final. I think Vegas's goaltending could be suspect. I think if you go back and you watch that first series, you know, there wasn't a whole lot of defense, really good defense, I should say, in that Anaheim series. And then Minnesota was pretty banged up, but Minnesota couldn't match the depth down the middle that Vegas had. So to me, it'll be a much better series, but I still give the edge to Colorado. They seem to be on fire right now.
Chris Kerber with us here on, excuse me, I apologize. Chris Kerber with us here on TMA every Monday in the 8 o'clock hour on 101 ESPN. Kerbs, appreciate the time as always, sir.
Okay, fellas, have an awesome week.
Thank you, too. It's Chris Kerber with us here on TMA 101 ESPN. I apologize, Doug. I'm
you getting emotional thinking about the playoffs?
Absolutely.
With Blues not in it?
Yeah, it is emotional.
Not getting into the Vegas locker room, that shook you quite a bit.
It did. Thank you.
Tortorella must be a hell of a coach for teams to put up with the baggage that he brings. Because he seems to have problems wherever he goes.
I think he just loves, it just seems like he loves being the villain, too. He just loves poking the bear.
Yeah.
I'm sure ownership's like, okay, now this time you cost us a draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a great hockey market.
It sure is. I went to a game there. The atmosphere there was just incredible inside that building.
Your thoughts are welcome by texting in 314-399-9646. Air Comfort Service text inbox. You're also welcome to call in. Callier and Thompson phone lines 314-974-0101. Open up the YouTube app, type TMA STL, and participate in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. The program's called TMA. It's on 101 ESPN.
Hey, look, there's a reality when you own your house. That air conditioning unit is going to break. It's going to go down at some point in time. I mean, it's a machine. It happens. Air, weather, how it's used, everything kind of plays a role, and eventually it needs some repairs. When yours does, think Classic Air Care. Get online, book an appointment at classicaircare.com. Customer service is their number one priority. That's why they've got a 4.8 Google rating. In the month of May, get that thing serviced. It's only $89. That's their May special for you. They'll come out, to make sure that it's as ready to go as possible for the summer heat that is coming. Now, if you're in the market for a new one, maybe even look and say, man, it's been a long time and it's time to replace this thing. They've got 12 months, no interest, no payments on a new AC unit as well. So it's Classic Air Care. They know the stresses that come with owning a house. They know that sometimes there's nothing you can do. Things break down. They know that they are there for you to help relieve that stress. It's just that simple. Classic Air Care. They're that good at it. They've been making people comfortable since 1926.
This is Jackson with a SportsCenter update. That's brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cavaliers defeat the Pistons yesterday to win the Eastern Conference semis as they move on to the Eastern Conference Finals to take on the New York Knicks. That was another SportsCenter update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
TMA 101 ESPN. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the program. Little Jackie Papers on the ones and twos. If you want to participate, you're welcome to call in, text in, or email in. Coming up on the Polos Plus dossier. Email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Mason Wynn lifted in the 7th inning yesterday as he ran down first baseline, trying to make sure he didn't get doubled up. He was pulled. He talked about the injury after the game.
It almost felt like a cramp, but, just calf tightened up on me a little bit, and, they thought it was better to take me out. I wanted to stay in, and, he told me to run. I took one step, and I was like, it's just probably not worth it. I felt fine while I was running, and then, they did the pitching change, and I sat there for a second. I was like, man, something doesn't really feel right. But nothing too serious. I'm not worried about it.
Says he expects to be back in tomorrow after the off day today.
Well, that's good, because that would be a huge loss if he has to miss a considerable amount of time.
And then I saw Weatherholt going in on head first on a slide back on a pickoff play, and then he was injured. And I thought, God, why wouldn't this suck? Because they just don't have the depth, especially at those two spots, to lose either one of those guys. But Weatherholt stayed in the game and was fine.
Knock on wood, that's been one of the keys to their success so far this year, is their key players have stayed healthy.
Maybe the whole Tarps off thing will get something going at home, because they haven't been very good at home. They're one of the best road teams right now in baseball. 7 over on the road, 1 over at home. Still on Sunday, you're sitting there with a chance. This team in mid-May had a chance to be 10 games over 500.
Yeah.
It's just absurd that was even a possibility. I looked it up. They're only a game ahead of last year. At this time last year, they were 26-20.
That's the phenomenon.
Isn't that hard to believe?
Yes, because
I don't remember that at all.
Nobody was talking about it. Nobody was talking about it. And yet now you hear, I haven't watched this many Cardinal games in the last 3 years combined. I can't get enough of this team. It really is. When you point that data out, how that drives home the point that the style of play, the comeback, the never say die, the guys having a good time in the dugout, that has caused fans to buy back in.
Well, they've bought in, and now they don't even have to buy shirts, which is a money saver for many. I think the key to most of it is Jordan Walker. He's just a fun guy to watch.
Hitting.
Yeah, middle of the order guy, hitting home runs, hitting for average, driving in runs, making good plays in right field. I think he's really been the number one reason why fans have taken to this team like they have.
The MVP chants were going on from the Stephen F. Austin boys as part of the roll call.
Yeah. Well,
McGreevy, Cy Young, Walker MVP. That'll be fun.
Yeah, they could sweep all of the major awards.
J.J. Weatherholt, Rookie of the Year.
Of course.
There's still a Fireman of the Year, Doug.
Yeah,
Fireman of the Year. Riley O'Brien will get that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, this is nice. And they bring back the Navy caps for the Red Series. Everything's happening.
Yeah. I think for sure Walker, McGreevy, and O'Brien could be all-stars this year. I think that's on the table.
I agree with that.
I don't know that anyone else would be an all-star, but certainly those three have good arguments.
And a quick aside, do you have time for a quick aside?
Well, yeah.
White Sox winning their series over the Cubs. The White Sox are 2 games over 500 and currently a wild card team in the American League. The Rangers are a wild card team, and they are 2 games under 500. American League just not getting it done.
Yeah.
Was reading a Jason Stark column about that yesterday morning, and he interviewed a few executives around baseball, and he said if you take a look at it, at this particular moment in baseball, the spenders have been, for the most part, in the National League. But at the same time, some of the teams who've been spending are not necessarily the ones who are having success. So it's the data point of the spending being on the National League side at the moment, and therefore that's where the free agents are going. But some of those teams, now you made reference early, Martin, to the Phillies getting things going here under Mattingly, but the Mets are the biggest spenders, and it's not like they're having a magical campaign.
No, 11.5 out, dead last place. Worst record in the National League except for Colorado.
At Tim, it's amazing to see what changing the air in the room can do for a team. B-L-U-M. I guess that's Bloom. Bloom has O-I-R-P-O-S-E.
O-I-R-P. What was the next? S-E?
Yeah.
P-S-E.
Orps.
Bloom has ORPS. Now, that's an interesting analysis.
Is that a new analytic?
I hadn't even considered that.
It's like a combination of porpoise and purpose. But either way, I read what I read. And as a baseball fan, it's great to see St. Louis in the mix playing this way. That's from Marcia's Collage program, and he's our Stores. There's the porpoise right there. All right, Stores, Connecticut correspondent.
Let's just work on our typing a little bit.
High Bloom was going to have a honeymoon no matter what. Replacing Mozeliak makes you immediately the most popular guy in town. If they were 500, people would be singing his praises. Now, as things get a little bit deeper into the summer, and if they are still contending for a playoff spot, that's the thing. If you look at the National League standings, if you're talking about just being in the wild card mix, do you see the Pirates or Reds just blowing away the wild card field? No. Phillies are, digging out from under. So all of a sudden, Padres, Brewers, Cardinals, Phillies, I think you're going to kind of, unless you just bottom out, you're going to kind of be in the mix. And then the conversation shifts to High Bloom. What do you do with that opportunity this year? You're not going to risk the future, of course. You're not going to do anything stupid. But I think then fans are going to look to, okay, now what do you got? What are you going to do? Because I think this is out of nowhere. It's house money. This was supposed to be a rebuilding year where you're just going to kind of get through it. And now you've got fans kind of engaged, enthused about what you have, and you got a winning team. It'll be interesting to see how they handle that, since so much is based on the future.
I think anytime you have a chance to win, you got to go for it. I mean, winning it this year is just as important as winning it in 2028 or 2029. And we've seen years where the Cardinals had what we thought was the best roster in baseball. They didn't win anything. 04, 05, there weren't any teams better than them, and they didn't get anything out of it. At least not a World Series championship anyway. So I think anytime you have a chance, you got to go for it, even if you didn't think that you were going to be a contender.
But nothing outrageous, but you would look.
No, you're not going to trade your young stars.
You wouldn't stand pat either. You would try and do something that you can, without being ridiculous, something to improve your chances.
Mm-hmm. If the starting pitching continues anywhere close to what they're getting, I think they'll stay in contention. They've got to hit better than this. Except for the first four guys in the lineup, almost everybody's, you would think, has got to be better than this.
What if they're not?
Well, if they're not, then you got to replace them and get somebody that is.
And that's why I think what's going on at Memphis is not only really encouraging from a big picture standpoint, but in the short term, when a lot of your issues have players at those positions performing offensively at a high level, that is a discussion that I'm curious what they're thinking about at Busch Stadium with that. You've got you got a couple of outfield solutions. You've got a third base solution, and you've got a catcher solution. So I don't know if that's something that they're going to pursue or not, but and also I think that there's something to be said for. We've talked about the way that they've talked about it. You just heard Mason Wynn earlier in the show talk about this being the most fun he's ever had playing baseball. Do you mess with the room? Pages might not be an offensive star, but strikes me as a guy that is key to that vibe. And, is that something that you mess with?
I think that's what they're debating right now. They can see the stats. They can see the extreme stats that are probably even more telling. When we look at the batting average as the first thing. I'm sure they're looking at more than that. But when do you pull that trigger? At the same time, it's the big leagues, and you want to win. And if a guy gets sent down because he's not hitting, it happens. So I think we're at the point now where some of these anemic offensive numbers, I think you got to address it.
No, Doug. That's what got us into this mess. Be patient, develop young guys, and hoard draft picks. That's from Ed Time of the Brothers Time. His brother Steven.
That's a stupid comment.
Ed Time and Doug are fighting.
Are you telling me that if you have a chance to win, you're going to say, no, we don't want to win this year because it's much more important to win 2 or 3 years from now? No, you win with what you win now. Whenever you got a chance, you go for it now. Of course, I'm not saying you trade Weatherholt to get a bigger. None of that crazy stuff. But if you can make a deal for a veteran without giving up any of your future, a veteran bat who could help you in the outfield, I'd say you do it. What does it hurt? You don't want to win this year? Is that the goal? Let's make sure we don't win because it's more important to win 3 or 4 years from now? I don't buy that at all.
Big Tuft wants to join in with Ed Time. Does Doug know what year it is and how the MLB playoffs work? This team is in a rebuild, and maybe they're further along than previously thought. But other than adding small pieces, you should absolutely trade valuable players for higher returns if benefits the team in future years. That's Big Tuft.
I just disagree with the philosophy. Why, if you have a chance this year, if everything continues to fall into place and you're very much in contention, why wouldn't you keep the pedal to the metal and try to win it? Why wouldn't you do that? It's possible to do that without trading off your good young players that you're going to build around. I'm not saying you trade 5 of your young players for a bunch of old guys. That would be absolutely ridiculous. And it's ridiculous to think that that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you need to add a veteran or 2 who could come in and help you without destroying your young base, then you need to do that because as it stands right now, they have a chance this year. And this year is just as important as 2028 or 2029. But there's no guarantee that these guys are still going to be around or still going to be a contending team in 2028 or 2027 or whatever. They're contending right now, so you go for it.
I agree with Doug 1,000%. These guys get paid to win, not be patient. That's from Hardbodied.
How frustrating would that be to be on this team and to hear somebody say, well, we know we might just be a player away from having a real shot at this thing, but we're not going to do it because we really want to win in 4 years. That's ridiculous. That's just crazy. A lot of things change in a big way in just a year or 2. Look at Walker. Look how much he's changed in a year. What you think you know now, something completely different might be the reality a year or 2 from now.
Which hole is the most important to plug at this moment?
Oh.
Is that Kerry Davis?
Kerry Davis?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a great question. Or if the model was in February, let's who's doing well, veteran-wise, at the deadline, we can ship out those guys. And then you say, what if I told you Riley O'Brien's having we could trade him. We could trade Dustin May.
Well, what do you think it would do to the spirit of the team? Yeah, if they traded Riley O'Brien right now, what do you think that would do to the locker room? Or even Dustin May. You can't do it right now.
Right.
You're in it.
And nothing's happening right now in terms of trades or...
Of course, but then that gets into where the conversation started, which is what do you do with regard to some guys who are really hitting well at the minor league level, and they happen to play the positions where the majority of the bottom half of the lineup, which is not producing offensively, resides. And that is, and listen, maybe it's just as simple as it's a non-starter. But Velasquez, as I said, for those of you just joining us, has been on fire in the month of May with an OPS over 1,200 and 5 home runs after a terrible start to the season. So if you were to look at his numbers, you would see how mediocre they are. But that's because I think he started the year at 0 for 22, didn't hit a home run for a few weeks. Blaze Jordan continues to hit well. Jimmy Crooks continues to hit well. And the guy whose power really stands out, and he's not just hitting little opposite fields into the Crawford boxes, is Baez. So you have some options that fit with the business model. If the business model is to stay young and give guys an opportunity, cool. You're not trading away young players to bring in veterans. You are supplanting players who have gotten a quarter of the season to produce and aren't producing. And they stay in your system and they're young. So you don't have to have the conversation regarding trades. You do have a conversation, though, to have regarding the team and the offense. Because when this team loses, they're wasting quality starts from their starters who have been on fire in the month of May when they get shut down by whoever the hell that guy was yesterday. But, that was odd.
Yeah, and
Baez early in the count. What, he had 67 pitches through 5 innings? Very interesting.
But you're right that Baez fits the model. Hey, we're young, we're developing. Let's build for the future, and you would do that with guys like Baez. In theory, he strikes out a ton, but at this point, Seems like everybody strikes out a ton.
Yeah.
I guess at AAA, well, then that's going to be even worse at the major league level. At some point, though, I would love to hear a scouting report on Baez because the idea fits. Younger guy, part of your future, part of your core. At some point, you put him out there to see what he can do. And let's say he really struggles. Well, you already got guys who are here struggling. What's the downside?
Yeah. It's got to be those strikeouts really have him worried with he and Crooks. Crooks is striking out 38% of the time he's at the plate. And, you put that to the major league level, maybe that becomes 45%. You don't want that. You got to make more contact than that. And the same with Baez, who struck out 59 times already this year. That's tough.
Doug, let's go win this baby. That's from Touch Me, Tommy.
Why wouldn't you try if you have a chance? I don't understand the thinking that, nah, we got a chance this year, but nah, we don't want to. That makes no sense to me. Now, of course you wouldn't trade off a bunch of young players for a bunch of old. Of course you wouldn't. I'm saying you could add a veteran or two to get a bat, maybe one for the outfield.
Cardinals will not bring up any player they think has a future here because of the upcoming possible strike. That's from the South Florida Sodbuster. Work stoppage, lockout, but either way, I get the observation.
Give us a Slurpee because, hey, we're trying hard.
Every other team is in the same boat with the strike, every other team in the league. And you see a lot of them bringing up players from the minors.
Cardinals are fool's gold. They're going to get swept by the Brewers and the Cubs next week. That's from the Hunchback of Vaughn Castle.
Okay, well, then I guess we just shut it down. Let's just shut it down.
Thank you very much. That's Gary Pickle.
I wish Strausser had to mock the Tarps off. He would have, if everybody's having fun and enjoying it, Strauss would have had some form of mockery.
Oh, my gosh, listen to this guy.
Email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Design Air is online at DesignAirService.com. That's Seth Goldcamp and his team at Design Air Heating and Cooling. Sign up for their service plan, and they are taking care of you without you even having to think about it. That's because they will come out to your home to tend to your air conditioning when the weather warms up and come out to your home when the weather cools down to test your furnace and make sure it is ready for the cold weather months. All you do is go to DesignAirService.com, and everything is good to go going forward, and you don't have to think anything of it. They're the longest-running sponsor on TMA. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling. Online at DesignAirService.com. Sponsor of our email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. The program's called TMA. It's presented by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN from the Stiefel Studios. At Michael's Baths, they create elevated bathroom spaces that blend luxury, comfort, and smart design, all tailored to the way you live. From sleek tub to shower conversions to full high-end bathroom remodels, including paint and electrical, they handle every detail. And now they're offering a new premium wall option designed to bring a custom spa-like look to your home. With 30 years of experience, all 5-star reviews, an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and VA recommended, Michael's Baths delivers craftsmanship you can trust without gimmicks or high-pressure sales. This isn't a temporary fix or a quick cover-up. It's a complete transformation built to last and built to add value to your home. At michaelsbaths.com or call 636-777 636-775, 636-775-0800. That's 636-775-0800, and ask about their financing options, including 0% interest upon approval. Michael's Baths, family owned, insured, and where everyday bathrooms become something exceptional. It's TMA 101 ESPN. We're in the Marcana Evergreen Wealth Strategies 9 o'clock hour. Marcana was at the Dotem on Friday, and Doug, he had the long drive hole. Was that 2 or was that 11?
I don't know.
Jackson, we started on 2 in our 8-some.
Yeah.
So then that means Marcana was on 11.
11.
Yeah, he's on 11.
And it was Will Munganast who hit a drive that had to have been about 325 yards.
Oh.
I mean, sweet mother of mercy.
Mashed.
But he wasn't there at the post party to claim the win.
Okay.
And then a gentleman, and I can't remember what his nickname was, but Doug, it was a signature nickname, and he claimed the prize as the penultimate best drive.
Oh, so you had to be there to get the prize?
That's right.
Huh. That's tough for the long drive winner.
Will Munganast of the Munganast family, sponsor of After the Morning After. That's right. That's right.
Because didn't he win a golf bag? I think he had a golf bag.
That was for closest to the pin.
And that was Jimmy Shanklin's?
Something like that. Billy
Gilman.
Shattenkirk or something.
Billy Shattenkirk.
Yeah.
What'd you shoot, Papers? What'd your squad do?
7 under?
And they got us, I think, by, I don't know if we were 600 or 500, but either way, we weren't good enough.
Yeah, we bogeyed one of the holes, so it automatically takes contention.
I think I might have spooked your son, Tim. I was trying to be funny, and I said, if you don't win today, son, because I know he's super competitive about golf, I said, if you don't win today, there's no food the rest of the week. You never get to go to a Cardinal game again. And he looked horrified. This Shrek-looking man is taunting me while drinking a Busch Light at 10:15 a.m.
Taking the edge off with some donuts.
Who is this scary man?
Those donuts were so good.
Bro, tell hunchback of whoever to go hunch a dog or something. That's from It's Your Boy Fuzz. Doug, what did I just read?
What in the world is that supposed to mean?
Bro, tell hunchback of whoever to go hunch a dog or something.
Proofread before you hit send. We don't know what you're talking about.
That's good.
Hunchback is always right. That's from the salty bald dad from Caseyville. So scrolling back to see what the hunchback of Vaughn Castle said, this is what he said, texting into the Air Comfort Service text inbox at 8:55. Cardinals are fool's gold. They will get swept by the Brewers and Cubs next week. So that is what they are responding to.
It doesn't make you smarter than everybody else just because you're so pessimistic.
Agreed. Here.
Jackson feels passionate about that. Yeah. He loves passion and exposing oneself to the vulnerability of the highs and lows of being loving to your sports team.
It's just so lame to be like, yeah, whatever. They still stink and they'll get swept next week. That takes no courage to say that. In fact, it takes cowardice.
Wow. So you want to fight the hunchback?
No, it's not even just hyper-focused on that. That's just a small piece of it. But the idea of like when people are excited about something and you want to be the person to throw an ice cube in their hot soup. That to me is just the lamest form of humanity.
Oh, wow.
Now, that
I don't know that I take it to that extreme.
That is a strong take.
Hello, wild card. Daddy, likey.
There were some people poo-pooing the shirts off, saying that's stupid. Who cares?
Was it really? I didn't feel like there was pushback to it. Or was this in the text inbox?
No, it was on X, Twitter, and then Derek Gould commented back to them saying there's always some, what did you say, cold water somewhere. I forget the phrase, but yeah, nobody's ever happy is the point. I'll find it. Let's see.
Yeah, you can always find somebody who's not going to be happy.
Who cares if they get swept in those series? They're exciting to watch. That's from the 636. They are, unless they've won the first 2 games of a series and they have a day off.
Why would we think they're going to get swept? They've gone up against some of the best teams in baseball and not been swept.
What the hell can we do in this world to have fun?
Yeah.
Nothing! Because you're out there saying everything we say is wrong! Tired of it!
Yeah, boy.
Is that Fesco?
That's right.
That was the era, Martin, where you had decided you're going to leave the program. The cat was terminated despite having a contract. And producer Joe, unfortunately, was terminated for being insubordinate because they said if you tell the GM to go F himself, that's insubordination. And I think
it's a fine line.
It's a fine line, exactly right. But Doug, can you can see the skies to the southwest from here?
I do, yeah.
Doesn't that look a little scary?
Yeah, well, it does. Yeah, we got severe weather coming.
Crap. that looks like
Everything's just wet.
it is storming here in Kilcoyne to the southwest. It is.
Pay no attention to that funnel cloud that's
I'm
forming over
telling you,
Olive Boulevard.
it's kind of what it,
looks like.
it is. Something else. I haven't watched this much Cardinals baseball in years. I am loving the MLB production and being able to watch on my phone. I love watching the youth and energy and never want to miss Weatherholt or Walker. Even if they start to slide, I am still locking in. That's from Gus Chiggin's Prospecting Party.
One of the reasons it's been so fun is because I think it was such a surprise to so many people. I thought this team would be terrible this year, but then they're anything but. And so that makes it more fun, I think, for a lot of people that we didn't expect much, but hey, these guys are pretty good, and they're right in the thick of it.
I listen to every pitch. They are so dang exciting. I am definitely more of a Cards fan than PAPIEHH.
Proofread before you hit send, or so help me, I will get out the suspension logule.
Somebody's going into the appliance counter's suspension logule for not spelling?
Proofreading what they send.
But Deke Dotem hasn't sent anything in on this day where he has been forgiven. It's a short reprieve.
Yeah, I was texting with Dotem last week. Maybe I'll
texting with
Dotem is what they call it. I was texting with him and the great Michael Wellington, who was out at the Dotem, the namesake of said Dotem.
I thought I had a problem with my driver because I couldn't hit it straight. And he said, can I try to hit it? He hit it about 300 yards down the middle. So now it's probably not the club.
You should have suspended him for upstaging.
Not a bad idea.
Upstaging you like that.
Yep.
He followed along with our pairing for, I don't know, about 6-7 holes, I would say.
I'd say, yeah.
Jackson's buddy Mitch, cousin Mitch.
In fairness, I do also have a friend, like a close buddy named Mitch.
Mitch the Sex Kitten.
No, Big Money Mitch.
Big Money Mitch.
Real good player in his own right.
Is that right?
Where'd all this money come from?
Big Money Mitch?
Yeah.
Just the way he acts, the way he carries himself.
Oh, he doesn't actually have money.
More of an expression.
Right. Okay. It's more like he carries himself like someone.
He doesn't just throw 20s at people when he walks in the room.
No. But a good low ball fight on my buddy Mitch.
Mitch is a great name.
Low ball fight.
I'm a fan, too.
Yeah.
Just it sounds like just a man's man. What's up, Mitch?
Yeah.
How we doing, Mitch? Want to hit some balls?
Mitch and Murray.
Want to grab a beer? Mitch and Murray.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know, we were having a feast of Lee's famous recipe chicken at the Turn. I think that's what Aaron Rye did yesterday as well. And
he had Lee's at the Turn?
Absolutely.
Did he take his gloves off for the chicken, you think?
They took it up there to Philadelphia at Aronimink, and my wife asked how our son was doing, and I said he's having a great time, and I took a picture of him enjoying the chicken tender, and in the background was Mitch, and she goes, who's that in the background? I said, that's Mitch. And she goes, seriously, who is that? I go, that's Mitch. She didn't believe that the gentleman's name was Mitch. That was Mitch.
Yeah,
it sounds like something you would just make up.
And Mitch is a ball striker.
He's a ball, yeah. Played college baseball, so he's got a lot of athleticism in him.
Mitch and Murray was...
Mitch and Murray.
Glengarry,
I'm going downtown. I'm going to Mitch and Murray. That's what Al Pacino said.
But Mitch in the morning was Seattle, and that's what producer Joe would do hits with them
during our show.
We were having a show, and we would wonder why, I don't know, the phones weren't being answered. That's because Joe was doing a hit in Seattle.
Would that be a problem with you guys if I turned my mic off and answered the call and started giving takes about something?
in Seattle.
In a different market.
Are you going private?
Brendan Donovan back on the IL, by the way.
Oh, is he?
And they're catching hell in Seattle about trading for Brendan Donovan. Fun facts for no and tell.
Really?
Because he had that hernia surgery. And, of course, all of us could have pursued medicine, but we decided on journalism instead.
Yeah, required a little bit more academic prowess to get through journalism.
It turns out that when you have a hernia surgery, it makes yourself, if you're athletic and playing a sport, such as, of course, Brendan Donovan is doing, to groin injuries, and that is why he has been on the IL, not only when the Mariners were here a few weeks ago, but once again. And so they are frustrated with Brendan Donovan and the trade now in Seattle. Fun facts for no and tell. He went back on the IL yesterday.
The Cardinals got the ambidextrous pitcher for, I can't pronounce it.
Girangelo Sinjay?
Who went off this past weekend.
Yeah. And
striking out 10 in his start in Tulsa for Springfield.
Yeah, he's looking very exciting. And then Colton Ledbetter, I believe, also had a home run over the weekend. So, Doug, here come these Redbirds.
The Cardinals are coming, tra-la, tra-la, organizationally.
Yeah.
Ledbetter, Ledbetter has got, looking at his stats, he's only got 2 home runs, and he struck out 54 times already.
Are you sure those numbers are right?
Would you say the Org's in a great spot?
I saw he had a home run over the weekend.
Yeah.
Here comes Doug.
I was just looking to see what his stats were. I had no idea.
Look here, Mr. Spelling Bee. Maybe just be grateful you have listeners to this Will show.
Okay,
That's from Sharon Clayton.
I'm sorry. You're going to go on the suspension log.
I gotta make an example.
Sharon in Clayton has just been suspended for her spelling.
What a moment, and Doug is going to win a lot of supporters with that suspension. A lot of freedom of speech people are happy for the censorship of Sharon just because they can't stand Sharon.
2 days' time, Sharon, for the spelling. This is not going to feel very good. It's not meant to feel good when you go on the appliance discount or suspension log. It's supposed to be punitive and change your behaviors.
I would have never thought we would see this, Martin, but it's back-to-back Ty Pete texts.
Yeah, he was also in the trade.
And Ty Pete is killing it in Peoria. That's from Gus Chiggin's prospecting party. And then right above that, from Palante is a nerd is the texter's name, and Ty Pete. Petey! I saw him at home run in a spring training game, and I was asking Marmol about him. They were really high on him.
He's got 5 homers so far this year. 44 strikeouts. Yes, cold month better, 2 home runs, 54 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah, that's too many Ks.
So, Tim, it was Ollie who tweeted that he was giving tickets away, and then, forgot to, where'd it go? Okay. So last night's atmosphere was electric. Let's run it back this weekend. I'll buy tickets for fans who want to sit in the right field loge and bring the energy. That was Ollie Marmol's official X account on Saturday. Immediately followed up by, sounds awful. A drunken frat party on steroids. What could possibly go wrong? From 3 times dad / mailman, hashtag save the USPS. 3 times dad, mailman. That's who said, sounds awful.
They didn't appear to be drunkards at all. They appear to be nice guys just having a good time.
We had them on the program in the 7 o'clock hour. I would recommend going back and podcasting. They're genuine.
Yeah,
that was.
They seemed like they had there was a real earnest in their nature. Ollie Marmol, speaking of which, he'll be on BK and Ferrari tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Oh, nice.
Catch that there.
Sweet action. I'm trying to go to his Twitter
Somebody
tweets
said,
account.
stay complaining on your couch. Let people have fun.
Seriously, that's a big, get off my lawn guy.
You don't even need to chime in.
Yeah.
Like the manager's buying tickets for some fans to go to the game. Okay, and if it's not your thing, who cares?
Couldn't be a more good-natured thing on a Saturday.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you're taking a look at his approval rating, I guess, if you want to go that route, from the start of the season to present day, that has also skyrocketed. And I think something that endears people is what he did over the weekend. And I don't think that was done for maybe people like it. I think he was genuinely, and I think the guys genuinely loved seeing that. We had McGreevy, and that wasn't even on the show. He wanted me to say it to the listeners that the guys on the team, and this was after the Mariners series when they got swept, but that they loved the crowd. They loved having that, and they feed off it. So, around here, it's something that we had taken for granted. It goes back before the team really began that run in 2000 because it carried over from the McGuire era in 97, 98, 99 when it was basically a one-man show. But before that, you had a 1996 team that was a win away from the World Series. So you got to go back 3 decades to find a time when Cardinal tickets were available in mass, and that really started in 2023. But now people are getting back into it, and as it turns out, a young group of guys that really hadn't experienced this are really feeding off of it. So I just don't see much downside. And I do think we're having, we're amused by the, proverbial angry Twitter person or in our text inbox, but I think it's probably with a 99% approval rating, Yeah,
the players really like Ollie. That's pretty clear. When a guy like him gets hired for a managerial job like this, without the typical resume that a lot of managers bring, former big league player and managed several years somewhere else. When they get the Cardinal job, there's a reason for it. It's because everybody likes the guy, everybody respects the guy, and he knows what he's doing.
Well, I think he came in at a time when you had a guy coming off the huge winning streak and getting into the playoffs, albeit the one-game playoff with the Dodgers, and then he's terminated without an explanation. And whoever was going to come in that spot was not going to be particularly well received. And then the Cardinals go and have what wound up being an incredible second half with him, much of that being Albert Pujols. And he had equity, and he was being talked about for Manager of the Year. I think he finished in the top 3. I know I'm crowdsourcing badly, but for some reason I think he finished in the top 3 in 2022. Either way, everything then went back to the managerial decisions, specifically Quintana, Helsley in Game 1 against the Phillies, and that is something that he was, willingly, anytime anybody brings it up, goes into all of his thought processes for, as he did with us at spring training in 2025. So, the organization is sticking with him because I think the organization said, all right, well, we're not going to go out and bring in somebody who's a veteran when we know we're in a rebuilding mode. So here you go. Here's your runway as well. And I would agree that even a couple of years ago when the team was flopping around, I remember talking to Alexa Dat. I was down there at the ballpark and I said, do you think that this might be the end for him? And she goes, oh my God, no. These guys absolutely love him. And I always was of the opinion that, okay, if you think the roster sucks, then you can't blame the manager. And I realize you can say, well, it's a little bit of both, and that's fine. But when decisions have to be made, you have to go, okay, here is what somebody brings in, here is what they cost you. And that's how decisions are made in any business. And in the case of Marmol, I don't think you could have brought in whoever it is that you consider to be the best manager, Tony La Russa, Bruce Bochy, whomever. And they would have been able to lead that team to success with what they had, in particular with the pitching staff, but also with some veterans who just weren't really doing a whole lot at that point.
Marmol finished 4th in the voting that year. Buck Showalter of the Mets won the National League Manager of the Year in 2022, followed by Dave Roberts, Brian Snitker, and Ollie Marmol, who did get 5 first-place votes.
Yeah, he's a very personable guy, and I'm sure that makes it more enjoyable to play for him when you go and you don't have a guy yelling and screaming at you all the time, but a guy who's got your back no matter what happens. It's a big deal over the course of a long season.
I enjoy that he likes to debate, which I enjoy.
I like that too. Ask me anything. Go ahead. Here you go. What do you want? I'll tell you my reasoning.
BK and Ferrari tomorrow, if they have him on, if they say, well, why wouldn't you call up Velasquez? He'd say, okay, who are you going to send down? All right, now what are you going to do in the 8th inning when you need somebody to play third or whatever? He will literally go back and forth with you in the debate. I've had many scrums down there pregame where if you ask something that he didn't like, then when it's over, we sit there and talk about it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll say, well, if you do that, doesn't that lead to this? And what are you going to do about this guy? Are you going to play him? You're not going to play him? You can have a lengthy discussion about. I think he got nicked in that short series with the Phillies when Quintana came out and things kind of unraveled in that Game 1, which it looked like they were about to go up 1-0. And you got Albert and Yachty in their farewell. You still got, Albert, Yachty in a lineup with Goldschmidt and Arenado. It's a pretty solid lineup. And then he just didn't do anything, particularly Goldschmidt and Arenado. So I think coming out of that, even though that season was a lot of fun and you got to October, some people were frustrated with the way that it ended, and then the wheels just came off the whole organization for 2 years.
Well, this is the way it works on this show. And I think when you have, Doug calls us big wheels in the market.
Yeah, for sure.
Where we're bigger than the games that we cover.
That's what everyone says.
Cy Young winner in 2026, Mike McGreevy wants to call in. So I think that.
Wow.
I think is that all right?
Can you tell him we're knee deep in a discussion here?
McGreevy's going to call in for the next segment. We'll talk it over. The rain here in the St. Louis area has caused him and Dustin May to have to, as he called it, bang golf. Martin, that brings us back to when Jim Edmonds was around, and it would be
the bang BP.
Bang BP because it was over 80 degrees.
Or if he saw all raindrop. We got a bang BP. All these young guys are grabbing their bats, ready to head out to the field, and Jimmy is imploring the team to shut it down.
McGreevy will be with us in the next segment. Friend of the program. He was looking forward to ball striking, but we are experiencing severe weather and dark skies in the St. Louis area. We'll talk it over with McGreevy. He sent me the pic of the Navy caps that they're bringing out. Good to see for the Red Series this weekend. And then also, I'm sure he was enamored by what they were seeing at the ballpark with the crowd. We'll talk it over with the Cardinal starter next here on TMA 101 ESPN. Delmar Mortgage is online at delmarmortgage.com. That's Ryan Luchtefeld. He's my guy. I've been working with him over the last month and a half as we are in the home buying market, and we wanted to make sure everything was lined up should we find a place that we want to buy. So we worked with Ryan Luchtefeld, and it could not have been easier. His number is 618-593-3608. That's 618-593-3608. Ryan has been doing it for 22 years, and 13 of those have been with Delmar Mortgage. Give him a call, and you can find out just how easy it is as well. Pre-approvals and fast-track options that are going to make your offer stick out to local sellers and listing agents, and closings in as little as 2 weeks. That's Ryan Luchtefeld at Delmar Mortgage. Again, this is his personal number, 618-593-3608, or go online at delmarmortgage.com. TMA 101 ESPN show is in the Mark Hanna Evergreen Wealth Strategies 9 o'clock hour. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the program. Little Jackie Papers is on the ones and twos. And you can email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, which is coming up on the Polos Plus dossier in about 20 minutes the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Well, Doug, we are experiencing storms in the St. Louis area. I mean, intense storms. Papers was just out in the hallway, which allowed us to talk badly about him. And Jackson, what were you saying you heard out there?
It sounds like we're being pelted with some sort of ammunition.
Could that be hail?
I assume, yeah, or just
hard rain.
Yeah, like a deluge.
Oh.
I didn't mind that use right there. 2 syllables, not bad. But because of the storm in the St. Louis area, 2 members of the Cardinals starting rotation are not able to play golf. And when you can't play golf, you have one choice, and that is to call into this show. And that's exactly what Mike McGreevy of the St. Louis Baseball Cardinals has decided to do. And he joins us now on the Callier and Thompson phone lines here on 101 ESPN. Morning, Mike.
What's up, guys? And it was not just 2, it was 4 of us plus Pedro Pajes where we had to bang golf.
Wow.
One hole in, we had to bang it.
So who got left out?
Well, Livertoire pitches tomorrow, so he said no thank you.
Wow, how about that commitment to excellence, Doug?
Just doesn't make much sense.
Now you have a problem with that.
Well,
Guy's
yeah, go ahead
pitching
and
tomorrow.
play golf.
But Mike, you don't play golf the day before a start?
No, I do not. No, you gotta rest. You never know when you might hit your first hole in one and go crazy and pull out your back. So you don't want to risk it like that.
Huh? You still don't have a hole in one?
Still do not have a hole in one.
Keep working. You'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm trying. We'll get there one day.
Yeah.
So it was going to be you and Palante and May and Doug. Who was the fourth one?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Pajes. So you're going to go with a fivesome. So I guess you were playing Ruth Park?
No. We had it was D-May and I think an agent of his in the first group. Second group was me, Palante, Leahy, and Pajes. Nice. And we were all putting in. We were knocking in our putts for par on hole 1 when we heard the horn. Everyone had to come back inside, and like Papers was saying, it sounded like we were getting pelted with ammunition.
Yeah.
So,
long par 4 there. Long par 4 to start things off.
Yeah, totally. We're at the quarry at Crystal Springs.
Yeah, that's a cool course. It kind of doesn't feel like you're in Missouri when you're at that course.
Jackson has a hole in one there. Mike.
I do. I actually do.
Wow.
That make you feel bad?
I mean, not that I saw it.
6, very short, very short par 3. I mean, like very short.
You feel like it shouldn't count?
Oh no! Listen, I put the peg in the ground and swung, and the ball went in the hole. So I don't care what anyone has to say. That's a ace.
I mean, hey, I think the shorter the par 3, the more skill is involved with your wedges. The longer the par 3, it's more like luck. You need it to roll out a little bit with a 5-iron, then it goes in. So that's kind of lucky. The shorter the par 3, I think the more skillful.
Yeah.
Well, this Papers and McGreevy alliance, Doug, is becoming formidable. They are really, really in lockstep.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I get it. But that's one hole in is always that's a real
that's
kick
a bad
in the pants.
You guys finally get a full day off in St. Louis, getting the rotation together, doing some bonding, and then you're on the first green. And then the weather ruins it, and it's a legitimate storm here. So now what do? You gonna wait it out, or how you guys gonna handle this?
Oh no, we're driving away. We got our rain check for another day, so we'll come back another off day, maybe in like 2 months from now when we have our next off day. It seems. We're going to get some breakfast somewhere.
Are you getting heckled right now? I feel like you're getting heckled from the car.
Yeah, it could be May.
Yeah, it could be.
That's a tight read.
Hang up on those losers.
All right, let's talk about what took place over the weekend. What a phenomenon! I mean, it was a few weeks ago. You guys get swept, and you wanted the audience to know how appreciative the boys on the team were for the fans that came to the Mariners games. And then you have what happens organically on Friday night. We actually had a couple of those guys on the show in our 7 o'clock hour. They loved it, and clearly you guys loved it with what took place in right field.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, you see a couple guys that first game like start waving their towels, and I've seen that on like Instagram before, where like a team like kind of a mid-major college football team, and just a couple guys up in the stands, and you get the whole stadium to do it. So I'm thinking, like the Cardinals fans, I don't know if they're up for this and to keep the tarps off, but boy was I wrong, and boy was I thankful I was wrong, because next thing you know, they're willing us to a win that first game.
Were you watching it move around? Because the guys said they were in the bleachers, then they went upstairs, then they're waving the shirts. Are you just in the dugout observing all of this?
Yeah, I am. And, I saw one guy take off his shirt and just absolutely shredded. I'm like, that has to be papers. That has to be papers.
It's out of control now. It's out of control.
Balls.
Yeah, I'm pretty jacked, man.
You're a little doughy.
All right, I don't want to ruin the alliance, but has McGreevy ever seen you in your yellow diaper?
My God. Boy, Jackson, how about this? It's always your own guys, huh?
It's Mike, it's always your own guys who are going to set you out.
I'd heard enough of this now.
Yeah, no, seriously, this is why I call in just to defend papers, because it's nothing but just brutal from you guys.
My guy, I appreciate you.
This alliance is dangerous.
Yeah, I'm the rookie bitch around these parts.
Yeah,
and you play the music.
No shit. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rookie Bitch Alliance. It's amazing. So then you're willed to win on Friday night with the boys, and that crowd grew over the course of the game. And then Ali Marmol tweets out that he is going to buy up the section for more people to do it on both Saturday and Sunday. And then you guys get a great rock solid win on Saturday afternoon, and then you see the boys come into the clubhouse afterwards. What was that like?
Yeah, Ollie told me what the plan was just in passing. I'm like, I saw on social media you're going to buy out the tickets. Yeah, why not, right? And it was great, and I think he was so happy. It was a great turnout, and it worked out super well. And then once I'm getting out of the shower, then all of a sudden I got about 21-year-old guys walking. Whoa, get an extra towel here real quick. Jeez, guys. But it was cool having them in there, getting to meet them a little bit. They brought great energy, and it was just awesome.
To see people going nuts like that in the crowd, does that really have an effect on what happens on the field?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It does. If, you don't feel it, then, there's something wrong with you. Especially the position guys. I'm sitting on my ass on the bench, and I'm just this is so freaking cool. I wish I was pitching right now. Oh, my gosh, I wish I was pitching. And we were trying to get Leahy after he went 6 after that comebacker. I'm screaming at him come on, Kyle, give it to him, point or something. And then so after Palante had a great day going 6 2/3, he gave him a little hat nod, he gave him a little tip of the cap. It was just awesome. They're doing roll call, and it was just sick. And all the position guys are running off the field about ready to hit. They're this is so cool. This is electric.
How about that?
Yeah.
I love hearing the passion.
And Pozo was so excited he almost forgot to run to first base. It was great.
Yeah. We're touch first.
He really should have taken his shirt off at that moment.
He said he almost did.
100%. It would have brought the house down.
Yeah.
We're all good there.
Tyler O'Neill did that once. Tyler O'Neill did that a few years ago.
Well, he would get his teammates would shred his jersey.
Nick Punto famously shredded.
The shredder. That's what would happen the Freeze home run. And he said to get the shredder.
Yeah, it gets to a point. It is a family event. It's only so much you can deal with.
That's right, Doug. You got to stop asking these guys to take their shirts off.
I'm sorry. It's on me.
It's out of line once again. What do you think of the overall performance of the boys on the weekend? You had the start on Thursday, so you got to be in observer mode. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was gritty. Tough matchups. Their pitchers pitched well. It was tough for us to really kind of get a lot of things going. But that's what's great about having great crowds and fans that are engaged and just keeping you on your toes. You're going to find a way for those fans, and I think that's exactly what the boys did. And those wins, I feel like, mean more than, just absolutely bludgeoning a team like 10-0. It's like if you can grit out a win like that, it feels like 2 wins.
Yeah, Friday was intense, man. That was a great win, and that's what began the whole thing. And what I've noticed, and I've been to a good number of games so far this season, is people are just having a good time at Busch Stadium. And I know you've got a limited amount of time here, but there's an atmosphere at the ballpark where people are enjoying themselves, and I think the thing that stands out also is that you guys are enjoying the fact that people are enjoying themselves. So there's some kind of symbiotic relationship between the team and the fans, and that's always a great thing in sports when that takes place.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we were waiting out the rainstorm for a little bit in the golf clubhouse about 20 minutes ago, we had a couple guys in there that come up to us. Hey, like, Michael, nice to meet you. Oh, Andre, nice to meet you. Like, we have a picture, and they're just, after we take a picture, they're like, dude, like, this year's so much fun. Oh my gosh, we love it. Like, it's so much fun. Like, we go out to dinner the other night, and like either the manager of the restaurant, like just a waiter, or like the owner comes out and he's like, guys, you guys are doing such a great job. Like, we're waiting on people, like, just, taking food orders, and all we hear them talk about is how much fun the Cardinals are. So just keep up the good work, and like just hearing that and someone telling you how the city is responding to this team of just a young core, it means the world, and like it only makes us want to just play better and like keep going.
Was it annoying in spring training to be asked, or frustrating, like, hey, you guys are going to have a tough year? Everybody was polite about it, but sort of assuming it's a lost year. Did that resonate with you guys, and was that I would think you get tired of hearing that.
Yeah, I mean, you get tired of hearing that, just like you get tired of, oh, McGreevy's the poor man's Greg Maddux. I mean, you get tired of everything at some point.
Gosh.
But it's what was so great about the guys is, like, everyone seemed to have the same mentality. It's like, hey, who cares? We're playing with house money. Like, you can say what you want, and like we all know, like, what assuming does to everybody. It's like that's your opinion. We know how good we are. We're gonna surprise some people. Like, whether that's 162-0 or 1-161, like, we're gonna play hard, and like however the game kind of plays out is gonna be how it plays out. But no one was pressing in spring. No one's pressing now, so it's just awesome.
Did you know at the start of the season that you guys had something here, or was there a certain series that you guys put it together and thought, maybe we can be really good?
No, that came in spring. We knew we had something in spring, and like we knew we had something towards the end of last year when like Heim started laying out like the plans of like, hey, this is what we want to do. This is what we want to commit to. When Heim's calling you in the offseason, like, hey, like, what can we do to make this ball club better? What do you need? It's not just like what they want to implement. It's like, hey, we want to talk to the players of like what we need. Wow, that lightning was really close. Oh my God. It's just awesome that like the players care, the coaches care, but also the front office cares so much to the point where like it feels like there's no like levels of like this hierarchy that Heim's here, like Rob Strafolio's here. It's everybody can sit down at the same table, discuss what we can do to make this organization better.
What restaurant were you guys at? Where the manager/owner?
We were at, I think, Charlie Gito's.
Oh, nice selection, Doug. Nice selection. Look at that. You must have gotten some inside word on that. You got to have a little knowledge to know about that one. That's a nice play.
Yeah, that was the D-May. That was D-May getting us all there. We got the rotation. The catch was there last night. It was awesome.
Did you get the lasagna?
I got, I think, tortellini last night.
Nice.
So would Palante be a poor man's Smoltz? I'm trying to think with this Maddux thing. What do we?
I mean, you call us a poor man anything, but it's a good rotation right now. So it's a poor man's great rotation is what I want.
That? Yeah, like 9 quality starts in the month of May.
That's not bad. Got to keep going. May's still here.
Yeah. Can add on to it.
And we got Palante getting into the 7th. That's the next tier for. Let's get. Can you give me 7, McGreevy?
Yeah, Yeah. I'm trying. I have to lower the pitch count. I got to lower the pitch count next time.
Well, 74, you had a shot at the 7th inning the other day, if you're asking me. But anyway.
And perhaps we've buried the lead. More important than anything, the Navy Caps will be on the road for the Cincinnati series, and I can tell you the TMA audience is buzzing about it.
Yes, we got the Navy Caps, and I was asking, like, hey, like, I'm gonna need a little more this year, a little more Navy. Like, yes. Oh, really? Like, we know the fans like it.
Yes. Well, why don't you guys in some solidarity just go, okay, we're going to wear these in Milwaukee too. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
They wore green hats all weekend. They look kind of bad, but I understand it, but it still didn't look very good.
I mean, do you just hate the armed forces?
No, I love the armed forces. I said I understand the hats.
I was going to say, this is going to get a little dicey.
You could talk to my grandfather about that one. I mean, you have something to say about that.
I bet he would be against the
and everything like that.
Green catcher's gear, and
I like the camo socks.
Oh, he loved it. I think the green hat is like from my time in Memphis. He wears the Memphis green hat all the time. He can't wait to get the St. Louis one, but hey, it looks bad on my grandfather. All right, I'll let you. He does listen every now and then. So
yes,
right.
Grandpa McGreevy is listening to the program.
Why does Doug? Hey, Grandpa McGreevy.
Guess they should wear green every night. I guess.
Thank you.
Grandpa's gonna get upset if they don't.
Good. Thank you.
Papers. Does anybody have the text inbox name Grandpa McGreevy?
No, but that's available.
Yeah, maybe Grandpa McGreevy should get the Grandpa McGreevy text inbox.
Hey, no. Grandpa Angus. That's on the mom's side.
That's the mom's side.
Okay.
Angus beef.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
Wow. Did Marmol say anything to you, Michael, about San Diego? How you didn't want to spend money, take your fiance out to dinner? Did he bring that up at all?
I mean, did he bring up me not wanting to spend money on my fiance in San Diego? I mean, that's just. I'm not sure what information you're getting. I tell you, I spent a lot of money, actually.
I agree. This is yellow journalism going on right now. This is unbelievable.
No, this alliance is so strong. Now Papers is jumping in on Martin. And Martin used to be Papers' guy. Now he's turning on him right in the ring.
Yeah,
it's like the New World Order, Doug.
I thought we were talking about like what assuming does to people. I mean, what the heck?
Right. Ask you in.
Okay, I don't want to go against this youthful alliance for fear of being hit by a shirt whirring around their head. But on your way to San Diego, you were going to possibly go to dinner. Then you talked to fiance and says, maybe we should just stay in because it's going to be so late. And we opined that maybe it was to save money. That's the callback. And maybe a yellow journalist might have mentioned that to your manager who was possibly going to mention it to you.
Yeah, no, he said nothing. He said, like, he knows I know all the spots. And, like, In-N-Out Burger is still going out to eat. It's very cheap and it's delicious. So.
It is delicious.
But let's really get into it now because Jackson and I, and this means this is an alliance with me and Jackson, so then you got to be careful because then you're in an alliance with me. We love the In-N-Out Burger. We loathe the fries. You're a California native. I know that's a polarizing topic. In-N-Out fries, thoughts?
I love the burgers. The fries, they're fine. Like, I'm not really a fries guy anyway, but I think McDonald's fries, I think, are where it's at, but the In-N-Out Burger itself is unbeatable.
Yeah, that's a message that I can approve.
The animal-style fries there are good, but by the time you do that and the burger, your kidneys are just drowning in mustard.
Oh, Lord.
No, surely not you, Papers. Your body's a temple.
That's right, yeah.
He's doughy.
Yeah. I do the Flying Dutchman, the one that's like the onion burger. There's a bun.
Protein style.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's me. A slave to health.
Slave to health.
That's right. Mike McGreevy with us. The golf today, Doug, unfortunately canceled. The boys were on the first hole, and then they heard the horn blow. Off the course they go, heading to breakfast. And then what's
arriving at just just arriving. Actually, we're gonna compensate, adjust, and have a great off day.
All right, look at that. Well, look at that attitude.
Attack the off day.
There you go. Attack the off day.
Papers, and you're free in about 2 hours, 14 minutes if you fellas want to just hang and play video games all day.
You and McGreevy just hanging out now that you got your alliance.
Papers can't eat. He's got kidneys full of mustard.
That's right. I might hop on the sticks and a little PGA 2K25. I do.
Is that what? So you're gonna play?
Oh yeah, I'll be right there with you. I'll be right there with you.
It's a perfect rainy day activity.
Jackson, and McGreevy are going to hang out, and they're going to play PGA Tour 2K5. Doug, that's what's going to happen here. That's what you guys are going to do now.
You never know. You never know. I gotta attack my work day here. But once I'm done, what was that murmuring?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We know you got breakfast with the boys. Thanks for calling in as always, and thank you for keeping this Navy Caps on the road momentum going, Doug. You'll see it Friday in Cincinnati. God bless.
Great.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Mike.
Later, Mike.
There he is. It's Mike McGreevy, 2026 Cy Young Award winner, going to breakfast. The boys were looking forward to their round of golf. They get out there, have the whole rotation minus Libertor, who's starting tomorrow, and they get on that first green, and the Storms end the day early. But that means Jackson's going to be able to play some video games with them the rest of the day.
Golf course is about the last place you want to be when a big storm rolls through.
Yeah, lightning and metal clubs.
Trees everywhere. You don't want to be there.
Bad idea.
This Papers McGreevy thing, though, this is really strong. Disturbing.
I'm a people's person.
I know I'm a yellow journalist.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that phrase in decades.
You're a gotcha journalist.
Somebody said Martin is a muckraker.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
We will have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today coming up the morning after at InsideSTL.com. James Carlton always joins us in the 10 o'clock hour on Mondays. That is coming your way. So email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. If you're tired of always waking up exhausted, dad bod starting to weigh on you, finding it harder to get excited about basically anything. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, it might not be that you're just getting older. Good chance your hormones and metabolism are out of balance. So check out Mentality. They are not a macho low-T bro clinic. They're human-centered, and their mission is to figure out what's really going on in your body and your brain. Mentality starts by listening. They run real labs and explain your results in plain English, then build a personalized science-backed plan using hormone therapy and FDA-approved peptide treatments to help get your brain and body back on track. So stop telling yourself and everyone around that you're fine. Right now, all new patient labs will be covered in your treatment plan, and that's a savings of $250 right out of the gate. Reclaim the old you, the younger you, with Mentality. Schedule your appointment now at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com, LOWTUSA.com. Design Air Heating and Cooling email today next year on TMA 101 ESPN.
It's true. Good things come to those who wait. At Stifel, great things come from knowing when to act. For 135 years, Stifel has helped individuals, families, and business owners make thoughtful financial decisions. Founded in St. Louis way back in 1890, Stifel combines deep local roots with national capabilities. From customized wealth management to investment banking and traditional banking, Stifel delivers fully integrated solutions designed for complex financial lives, whether you're growing, preserving, or transitioning wealth. That same long-term mindset is why Stifel proudly supports TMA, because they know success is all about timing and knowing when the moment is actually the moment. Investing, banking, advising. Stifel, where success meets success. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
This is Jackson with a SportsCenter update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, Thunders, Spurs. Tonight, pregame at 7, tip-off at 7:30 right here on 101 ESPN. That was another SportsCenter update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Can't wait. I found myself humming this song to myself the other day. I said, where's that song? Where am I getting? Wait, that's Navy Caps on the Road.
It's a beautiful song.
It is a nice
hit.
Yeah.
It's a summer song that will capture the nation as the Cardinals make this run to their 2026 World Championship.
Okay.
What?
It'll be better than the Green Caps. I love the military as much as the next guy, but it
got a little tense there.
Uniforms didn't look very good.
I did think it looked weird on the City Connect Day when you were in red jerseys.
Yeah. Christmassy?
But it's like it was such a forest green that it didn't have a necessarily Christmassy vibe, but I get where you're coming from.
Even the catcher's equipment looked kind of bizarre.
Yeah, the fact that the entire league did it in unity made it all, make more sense.
I guess. Yeah.
But
let's see. Designer heating and cooling today on the Polos Plus dossier. We have an internet issue. Anybody? Nurse? Anybody? I'm having.
I don't think so.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
okay.
I got that. All right, then we're ready to go. Designer heating and cooling today. Gotta say, I am pretty excited for this SLU-Mizzou basketball game this fall. Not so much for the game itself, but for all the pout Hoosier happenings that will ensue afterwards. A few thoughts. Number one, I think TMA needs a Hoosier sideline correspondent to give updates on how the Mizzou fan base's BMI is overall 35% higher than the St. Louis University fan base. Is that true? Is that accurate?
I would think it'd be a little higher, sure.
Is that right? Really?
We got a little more Hoosier going on at Mizzou than at SLU, I think.
Jackson, your thoughts on that?
I never really thought about it.
I would agree.
Wow.
There's more small
it's a
town,
bigger school.
rednecky.
It's almost 3 times the size attendance-wise.
Or how many toilets are getting clogged due to the influx of doughy Columbia natives? Number two, if Mizzou wins, the reaction from the majority of SLU fans will be, hey, that was fun, good game. They're an SEC school. Makes sense we lost. Can't wait for next year. Number three, if SLU wins, outrage will be taken to the streets of Afton, Fenton, Arnold, and High Ridge from, quote, landscaping CEOs, end quote, and Nepo finance bros complaining about officiating or unfair travel. Either way, can't wait. That's from the Crestwood Coyote.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of things there, Doug. There's a lot of things there. Papers, what's your response?
Oh, that's nonsense. The idea that SLU fans will be like, nothing. Yeah, that. Oh, shucks. Well, it's just fun to have the game. Get out.
But if St. Louis University wins, it'll be landscaping CEOs and Nepo finance bros.
Who knows?
That'll be barking at the moon.
Well, we'll see.
Is Crestwood Coyote a Billiken guy? Kind of like
I think
Clemaine?
so. Yeah, I believe so.
Clemaine Voigus IV.
A Nepo finance guy, would that be some kid who inherited his father's book of clients?
More likely their father got them an internship in college, then they turned that into a job. And
that's what the University of Missouri is known for?
I think you'd find that at a lot of state schools around this great union.
Yeah.
It's great union.
Nepo finance bros.
Sadie Hawkins, Doug, the motorcade laid an egg in Game 7, getting run off their home court by Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs. Meanwhile, at the poorly lit downtown convention center where they sometimes play football, the Battlehawks picked up a bad loss which may haunt them on UFL Selection Sunday. But I think the lead is that a bunch of topless college boys from Texas made Busch Stadium fun again. Credit to this Cardinal team for consistently winning an exciting come-from-behind fashion that gives fans hope, even as they set money on fire live betting a game when they get shut out by the effing Royals. Credit to the org for leaning into the spontaneous moment of mass Hoosierdom I doubt Triple Sticks ever envisioned a marketing strategy revolving around attracting fans who enjoy watching young men taking their shirts off, but here we are. Let's say you went to Chaminade and you called into a local radio show 4 days in a row under the guise of providing golf updates nobody asked for, but really you were working up the courage to ask out a boy half your age to a baseball game, but he rejected you before he knew what time the game was. He knew he couldn't go because he had plans. Well, at least he didn't reject you because, quote, he doesn't know you like the first 4 times you asked him out. So that's progress. Doug, that's from Buck Swope, DBA, the Recessed Ladies Breast.
Buck Swope.
Dan Jansen did invite Papers to the Saturday game.
Yeah.
Papers immediately said, I can't make it. And then said, when is the game?
Yeah.
Day or night? I still can't make it.
I thought it was a day game, and that cemented the fact that I couldn't make it.
Oh, what were you doing? Tam Ave?
You know.
And if it was a night game.
I did go to Tam Ave Saturday.
There you go.
Well, that's why you couldn't have made it to a night game. You had plans.
It was a great atmosphere at Tam.
Morning, gentlemen. As the May rains fall gently on the plain, I hope this signifies the washing away of the waspy Cardinals' old heads and ushering in the Hoosierification of the fan base. No longer will gin and tonics be the lead drink at the clubhouse, but rather some cold Busch Lights. Let the boys from St. Chuck and Jeffco take off their tarps and fire up the old barn. I'd rather have a packed stadium of those guys than green seat Oscar the Grouch. So let's keep this fire rolling and get back to having fun. High five the boys and chest bump your amigos. The birds are here to fly. Have a great day and God bless America, Doug. That's Mongo.
Mongo.
And finally, Morning Bottoms, I got an invitation for Doug. Hey, Boo. I sure would like to get that tarp off you. I sure would like to get that there tarp off you wearing.
Is there some bad spelling involved in this, Tim?
I think the spelling's all accurate, so...
This grammar's not great.
That's certainly subjective.
Okay.
What say I come to your pad before the next Tarps off game and use my tongue to braid that happy trail of musty
enough.
Is this a
Am I in the filtered
We're
file?
not braiding any happy trails.
Who's got that kind of tongue dexterity?
Oh.
Is this D?
Nope. It's burning drip mushroom tip.
Okay.
Burning drip mushroom tip.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's what we have for
I'm going to go ahead and
Oh, you're going to
I'm going to go ahead.
Yeah, the switches over there?
Thought about it a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and do it. Burning drip mushroom tip, you've been suspended. Suspended a period of 2 days' time, and I'm going to put a letter in your file, which will feel good.
Sharing a cell with Sharon and Clayton on the same day that Dotem was freed.
Right.
Of course, Mizzou's got more hillbilly trash than SLU. Look at where that Roach Motel is located. That's from Ag Fishman.
I would ask you, where would you rather spend your 4 years of college? St. Louis University or the University of Missouri?
How about that, Ag Fishman? The action is back on you from Jackie Papers. That was not Forest Green. That's from the Southside Seaman season ticket holder.
Okay.
I don't know how you describe that green
It's
color.
a darker green. I thought the forest green was an apt description.
Yeah, maybe it is. Just because this guy says it wasn't doesn't mean it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm slightly red-green colorblind, though.
Are you really?
Mm-hmm.
What do you see when you come to a stoplight?
Red and green. That's very slight.
Oh.
Dark colors sometimes, like dark navy and black and dark brown. All the same
I have
to
to
me.
hold up my socks and say to my wife, pick it out. I don't have a clue what this is.
Oh, I've multiple times wore a black pants and accidentally put on a navy shirt thinking it's black.
Bad beat.
But I also am in the camp that navy and black can work together. There's a lot of...
It's tough.
Fashion people will tell you no, but I say, why not?
How?
I can make it work. Sleepless in Seattle shirt, black shorts.
How about that?
Handsome look, if you ask me.
At that Cosmopolitan bar.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Where the housewives say, hey, we're going to go play. Oh, look, it's Papers. We'll make his day. That's what happened, isn't it? Sleepless in Seattle shirt.
Yeah. It was that kind of... Was that it would be like a limerick?
And that's how you show yourself
E.
off?
Cummings.
Navy shirt, black shorts is how you show yourself off?
Yeah, ideally.
And it works with a doughy physique?
What's this thing that you keep going in about me being doughy?
I just thought I'd keep saying it until it got you mad.
Mission accomplished.
Hey, Tim, we taking the over for tonight's hockey game. Boy, those boys have scored a lot of goals in that Sabres-Canadiens game. Holy crap. I Can't wait. Game 7 in Buffalo between L'Habitant and the Sabres, Doug. Fire up for it. I'm rooting for a good game, actually. Either way, you got two passionate fan bases. You kind of can't go wrong. No matter what, they're going to be the underdogs to the Hurricane. I didn't realize that it's 20 days since the Hurricanes played. Is that right?
I think Kerbs was saying by the time they play.
That's
unbelievable. Even still.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, when was the last time the Knicks played?
They had time to go on a 3-week cruise around the world.
Holy crap.
The Knicks last played a week ago.
I assume the Knicks are monster favorites against the Cavs.
Yeah, I don't know about monster.
Wow. Are you sensing a Cavaliers?
They're loaded, man. They're some of the best depth I've seen.
How about this? Look at this, Doug.
Cavs to win the series. Let me find that information out for you, Tim.
Okay.
In the first game, they're 6.5-point favorites, same as the Thunder, 6.5-point favorites to win. Series betting. All right, I got the information for you, Doug. The Knicks are minus 245 to win the series, whereas the Thunder are minus 260. I would tell you that the Cavaliers are much more likely to upset their series than the Spurs are to upset the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say.
Okay.
Was it 20 years ago that we had Cavs Spurs? LeBron, they were just overmatched.
Yeah, 2006. Yeah, would that have been the Heat, though? That might have been Heat Mavs.
Heat Mavs, Doug, was that 2005?
I just don't know
I
the
think
years.
Mavs Heat was 06.
Yeah, I think
07?
Spurs. Yeah, because that's when Braun hit the game winner over the Magic, if I'm not mistaken.
But was that Dwight Howard?
Yeah.
Spurs were always winning on odd years, 99, 03, 07.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
What a good fun fact.
2013. No, 13 was the Heat.
13 Shuttlesworth got him in the corner.
14 was the Spurs.
Thunder Spurs tonight should be the best NBA series of the year. That's from Mahomes' long body.
I'm really looking forward to Cavs Knicks. I think the energy will be better in that series, and I think the matchup is really cool.
AG Fishman, I'll trade schools and schools of hard knocks over either of those institutes of thievery. That's from AG Fishman.
Institutes of Thievery.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
All right, Papers. 99, 03, 05, 07 Spurs. It was the odd years, and then they did get
in 14. Yeah, that was the Kawhi Leonard's team in 14.
I'm rooting for Buffalo tonight, but at the same time, I don't want to root for that douche Logan Stanley. That's from Mitch Cumstein. He's new.
Good point. That's a good point. How about our
I'd like to
Desmet
see
goalie
Buffalo do it.
Dobesh got lit up on Saturday?
Yeah.
I'd like to see the kid play well tonight. I'm rooting for Buffalo. Come on, Buffalo.
The great James Carlton's going to be in studio. He always has wonderful questions for us. He's coming up next year as we go into the 10 o'clock hour. We'll have the winner of the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today at 10:55. The program's called TMA. It is presented to you by Brown and Crouppen here on 101 ESPN. Doug, look on your right.
I saw him sitting over there. Hello, James
Carlton.
Well, good morning, gentlemen. How we doing?
Oh,
you ever heard of gallery discharged?
No, not discharged.
He's online at carltoninsurance.net or by calling 314-961-4800. He's my insurance agent. I'd like to recommend him to you. That's James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, you're at 500 now. 500 five-star reviews on Google.
Well, thank you. We appreciate all those people that take the time to leave those.
Yeah,
speaking of galleries, I don't know how excited the gallery was with that top 3 yesterday, huh?
You're talking about
Smalley, Rye, and Schmid?
I was saying to the boys off air, I don't even think we've talked about it much here on the show, and I don't think it really warrants it. I kind of a weird way things played out on Saturday. My son had a really early basketball game, came home, was planning on doing something, and didn't wind up doing it. I don't know if it was rain or what the hell was going on. And so we had a rare afternoon where my wife's parents took the boys, and I'm like, all right, I'll settle in and watch the PGA, and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
It just, for whatever reason, it didn't get me going. And I had Alex Smalley. I bet him to win, and I would have won a nice amount of money. I bet him to win before the tournament. I had him and Potgieter. So I was in a rare spot, and I had Goddard up too. So I had investment on some long shots that would have paid handsomely that I made before the tournament even started. And I don't know what it is, but it just didn't do it for me. So I haven't talked to him. If Jackson wants to give his Aaron Rye takes, though, I want to get out of the way.
I'm a big fan.
How about that? There you go, Doug. There's somebody, James, you found him.
Yeah, you're a big fan of this fella.
The iron cover story told about how his dad was, they were coming from a very working class family in England, and how his dad, took a lot of money that they, barely had any, and bought the really nice clubs, and would be very anal about cleaning out the grooves with baby oil and a pin after every session, and putting covers on to keep them right. And so, as a reminder of where he came from, he still uses iron covers to this day. I thought that's a really cool story.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And when Tim's pincers get a little too sweaty in the summer, he does a little nod to Aaron Rye.
gloves.
Yeah, Timmy Two gloves.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too.
Yeah. Well, now I've got a spray stick that has eliminated the need for the 2 gloves.
Oh. Well, I get blisters.
I also think I'm just holding the club properly.
These are not the hands of a working man.
Meat and potatoes.
No.
When I was listening to Michael McGreevy on the way in, there's a drop. I think it's Rosenthal where he says, "I'm a starter at heart."
That's right.
They sound a lot alike. That was not Porta Potty guy.
Matt Holliday acting as if he's Trevor Rosenthal at spring training.
Oh,
saying,
that's it.
I'm a starter at heart. Mike says I'll be a starter.
Kind of sounds a little McGreevy-ish.
It's basically the vocal fry that has enveloped social media influencers. I don't know how that happened or why that happened. Jackson, do you have any insight on any time I want a perspective from the 20-somethings? I go immediately to papers.
The vocal fry thing? Yeah. I don't know. I really... It is a popular thing amongst people. I think it's just...
Is it more of a... Is it, do we have a lot of it in St. Louis, though? Or is that more of a Southern California, Dallas, Miami kind of thing?
I think you, think of it as that, but I think it's pretty widespread. I think it's people just nervous. They're not
really?
They're not great public speakers, so that's like a defense mechanism is to talk like that, because it kind of sounds like you don't care,
Huh.
Whereas if you're really investing into your inflection, it conveys some sort of interest or care. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
So not caring is in vogue.
Oh, for sure.
Wow. How about that, Doug? Not caring is in vogue.
It's a real great trait to have.
It's not something I like to employ. No. Lord knows I care.
Aaron Rye should have had a 2-stroke penalty for wearing 2 gloves. Doug, that's from Ollie Doesn't Know.
Why would that bother anyone at all?
It's just a unique look. My last golf take, Schmid, who I'd never heard of. I don't even know if he's on the world rankings. I mean, he's only played in a handful of majors in his career. Could not have started any worse. And tip of the cap to him, he rebounded and hung in there.
Yeah, he bounced back.
He really did. But I had never heard of the guy. I haven't heard a lot of those leaders. The other guy that was leading through Saturday, you said you hadn't heard of him.
Who's that, Smalley?
No. I've heard of him.
Potgieter?
Yes, Potgieter.
Potgieter is a bomber. The reason I went, Aaron Rye is, I believe, 160th out of 166
in distance
in carry.
Okay,
and I picked Potgieter and he was the leader going into Saturday, or at the top of the leaderboard, along with maybe another guy or two. But either way, because I think he has a 325-yard carry, which is number 1 on the PGA Tour, and going into that event, I thought they're going to shoot 20 under. The winner's going to shoot 20 under, and it's just going to be whoever can hit it the furthest, kind of like Bryson at Winged Foot. And as it turned out, that was not it. The stat that separated Rye from everybody was putting, which is a heavily based variance statistic. One can putt really well one day and not the putt, but you couldn't go with the pins. So guys just were firing 25 feet to the left, and then if they could make it, they could make it. If not, it was easy two putts. So you didn't have a lot of big numbers, but you didn't have a lot of low numbers. It just bored the hell out of me, and I don't know what else to say. I'm really alarmed. Now, I wonder if it's a double standard because if Scotty Scheffler or Rory McIlroy would have won and won by a few strokes. Would I be saying that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would help.
Are we saying that? But
Scheffler couldn't putt Saturday. He must have missed 4 or 5 from about 8 feet.
He's got a real issue with that. And sometimes it's not 8 feet. 8 feet's 50% for tour players. That's the conversion rate on an 8-foot putt for a tour player. But he misses short ones, and that's become a problem. I think Tiger Woods went, I was listening to Brandel Chambly talk about this. I think he went 3 years without missing a 3-foot or less putt. Scheffler misses them, it seems, every week, which is saying something considering how well he strikes the ball. But overall, it just didn't do it for me. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it.
Can I give you some broadcasting credit? You guys were deposing Iggy last week on the Instacart date, which was some of the best radio in a long time.
Oh, really?
And Iggy's telling the story, which was, one of those you just can't get out of the car stories. And then he says, and then me and her went out to smoke. She smokes. Right. And then Tim, without missing a beat, goes, well, that was implied. I thought that was the line of the week. I forgot what I was doing. I was doing dishes or something. I audibly laughed out loud. That was fantastic. Great story. If anybody hasn't listened to that story about the new dating app, which is now Instacart, please go back and listen. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you don't need Tinder, Bumble, or Hinge when you have Instacart and you can meet your new lady when she drops off your groceries, Doug.
She dropped off the groceries and you just immediately ask her out.
Yep, that's correct.
And in this case, she said yes.
Yes, and came back to watch the Kevin Hart roast.
Right.
We'll see how that went with Iggy coming up here at 11 o'clock on After the Morning After, which you can watch on the TMA STL YouTube channel. Hang on out.
Okay. You might want to hang out with your furnace or air conditioner.
Amen to that.
With the Design Air. Or maybe I shouldn't do it with you sitting here.
Yeah, I love Design Air.
Go ahead.
You're going to get a little live
camp.
Do you have Design Air too?
I do. I talked to Seth.
Everyone should. If you have any kind of problem at all with your furnace or your air conditioner coming into play now when it warms up, Design Air is the company you need to have out to your house to make sure things work properly. They've got that maintenance plan. You can ask about the service plan. Well, they'll come out and do some routine maintenance and greatly increase the chances that you're not going to have any problems with your air conditioner this summer because, boy, when it gets hot, it's got to be working or you're going to be miserable. With Design Air, they believe in honest work. You're never going to be sold something that you don't need. So whether you're dealing with the St. Louis cold or summer heat, they've got your back with dependable service and no-pressure solutions. Visit DesignAirService.com. Schedule your service today. Design Air, comfort you can count on since 1904 and home of the handsome repairman. Don't forget about Scott. When he gets mad, he becomes War Scoot. James, do you have any handsome people in your
I would just give I would give a big endorsement. By the way, I saw Dr. Brandon Pryor's booth. Strong, very, very attractive booth I saw online. Strong. But to give Design Air another endorsement, doing that tune-up twice a year, I cannot stress how much that increases the longevity of your system.
Oh, yeah.
And I just say that because I had a much older home with an older system in my last house, and that thing hummed like a champ. Sing like a canary.
Oh, did it?
Oh, it was lovely.
It
was
matters.
lovely.
It really does. It helps out. Yeah, that's a big doings. James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, online at carltoninsurance.net. He's my guy, and I recommend him becoming your guy as well. 500 five-star reviews now for James and his team. James, always appreciate it, man.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a great week.
There he is.
Thank
That's
you,
James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, online at carltoninsurance.net. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn. Chairman Kurt slides into the dais in the 10 o'clock hour. Martin deals with that onboarding. Usually about a 3-4 year process onboarding is.
Yeah, that's lengthy for sure.
Industry standard. And then little Jackie Papers on the ones and twos. The program's called TMA, and it's presented by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN. This show is brought to you in part by FanDuel, and this is your reminder to check in daily because every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour, talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boost to bonus bets and more. Jackson's got a play for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Jackson Burkett.
Yeah, we're talking Spurs. We're talking Thunder tonight. I like this little 2-game parlay here. Under 220.5 on the total, and a 2-time MVP, SGA. We're going to go under on 9.5 points in the first quarter. Maybe a slow start for SGA, feeling out the Spurs. You got Wembanyama down lows, blocking shots. Under 9.5 first quarter points, and the under of 220.5. Sharps take unders. Sharps take unders.
There it is. From profit boosts to bonus bets and more. Check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs, and don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. Must be 21 or older and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Damn music won't play.
Where's the music?
I've never seen Doug so mad.
Now I think we are actually having internet issues.
That's what I thought. Okay. All right.
Just know, imagine in your head that "Rock Me Amadeus" by Falco is playing.
That's my intro music.
Okay.
It's my walk-up.
Sorry that it's gone so poorly for us.
But the show is being broadcast to the millions and millions listening
Undoubtedly.
on 101 ESPN.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
There we go.
Okay.
Better late than never,
Only
I
about
saw
30
it
seconds
say.
late. Yeah.
Well, timing isn't everything in this business.
No, it really isn't.
I guarantee you, McGreevy and Mayor Liston and the alliance with you and McGreevy, over.
Why do you think they're at breakfast with the show playing, and as soon as it comes back, they're like, "Hey, everyone, shut up! The boys are back."
Doubtful.
Where are they dining? Because you're going to hang out with McGreevy and play...
breakfast spot? I don't know.
I think Shaq.
Shaq's a good choice.
I think Shaq right here, $2.70 an olive. That's my play, Doug.
I get the chicken and waffles.
Make a grown man cry.
It's a good burrito.
It's a good burrito, Doug. You ever get a breakfast burrito?
Not usually.
I'm a Southwest Diner guy. I like Southwest Diner right there on Southwest, maybe Ivanhoe? South City. Delicious. Rooster, you get some crepes. You like
a good crepe.
Not usually. I'm meat and potatoes.
Somebody is really unhappy here, and I don't know who they're unhappy with. But it's a problem. TMA, sponsored by Cuck Extenders Limited and Fats Shaming Inc. We sell family money investment accounts and hoity-toity nose razors for those on the self-righteous elite tract. And don't forget our meat and potatoes dinner bundle. Oh, please, can we make fun of the hardworking, lower-wage fats while the skinny fats from old money go to cards game and root for low-wage players that work harder than their accountants and consigliares hiding their multi-millions in shell companies and NGOs. Doug, that's from Marshy's Hat Collection.
Well, Marshy's Hat Collection, you're going right onto the appliance discounter suspension log. I didn't like your tone.
No.
I didn't like his tone.
Loved it.
Marshy's who now? Marshy's
the Hat Collection.
Marshy's Hat
He's
Collection.
got a great hat collection. Marshy was tarps off
I was
at the
going to
game.
say, I think I saw him tarps off this weekend.
He tweeted that out.
Oh, you were at the game?
No, but I saw him on, I guess, Instagram. With
he tweeted it out. He tweeted out a picture of himself, sans shirt.
Did you use it?
I didn't. There was women in the frame.
Golf talk. Tell me you make 7 figures by talking golf. That's from the 618.
You have to make 7 figures to talk golf? That's a lot.
What's a rub-off means?
So $1 million or more a year to be able to talk golf?
That's correct. That's correct. Look it up. There are long waits at Southwest Diner. That's from the Pirates beat writer.
Are there really?
Those of us who are savvy will use a multitude of apps, whether it's Yelp or OpenTable, to join the wait list remotely, and then you show up 10 to 15 minutes before it's your time, and then you've considerably shortened your wait time.
How about that?
Doesn't seem fair to the people that got there in person, having to wait in line.
I don't make the rules. I just take advantage of them when I can.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry.
That's going to upset
Get mad at the restaurant, not
Marshy's
me.
Hat Collection.
Don't get mad at me because I took advantage of it. You know what? You ever seen Up in the Air? It's with the George Clooney.
Mm-hmm. Shot right here in St. Louis, Missouri.
Right. So he's a rewards member at all these hotels, and he cuts the line to check in because they have a rewards line. And some lady, much like you right now, Doug, is over there complaining. Well, why does he get to go? Why does he get taken care of first? Yeah. And George Clooney, in a very snarky manner, says, rewards are great. You should take a look at them, and hands her a brochure. And she was not pleased. But I, in this moment, feel like George Clooney, like I normally do. Here are my bat nipples.
I beg your pardon, that last part?
He was in Batman and Robin, Joel Schumacher version of Batman, and his Batman costume, for whatever reason, had nipples installed.
Installed?
Installed. External nipples. I'll never really know why. I don't think he'll ever know why. But I'm sure his bank account is flush because of it.
Because of the nipple installation?
That's certainly a part of it.
How much can that add to your income, having these nipples installed?
I don't know however much the Batman gross was. It was probably pretty good. He got saddled with a bad Batman movie. I feel bad for him.
Do you feel bad for George Clooney being saddled with a bad Batman movie? 314-399-9646. That person should probably look inward, as they probably have 8 voices in their head to cook up that whiner. That's from Thanks Dad with his response to Marshy's hat collection.
I just didn't care for his tone. And so he'll serve a couple days in the suspension law. He'll do him some good.
It's a little jurisprudence.
Let me tell you something. Working with Dr. Brandon Pryor can do you some good. He did a wonderful, wonderful job at the Dotem on Friday. Oh, Doug, the 9th hole. How do you do?
I took a Jello shot from him.
Yeah, it seems like you're taking multitudes.
Just one, but it was a big one, and it was in a syringe. Interesting delivery method for a Jello shot, but actually a lot better than the typical Jello shot. Usually you have to use your finger, and it's kind of grimy a little bit.
Where do you put your finger?
Well, because it's like in a little cup, and you got to you have to loosen it up a little bit. But with this, you just hammer that syringe right in your mouth. It was great.
Yeah, I saw people doing that. They seem to have a good time with that.
It was a great tent.
I took a pass on the syringe.
It was a great tent.
Booze.
I encouraged my 8-year-old to have his first shot with his father and his grandfather present. And he thought about it since it was a Jello shot.
I don't
know if that would have impacted play or not.
It didn't taste like booze.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it would have been a great thing. 3 generations having a shot at the 100 West Dental.
Yeah. It was a family affair.
Yeah, there you go. 100westdental.com. That's Dr. Brandon Pryor, online at 100westdental.com and on Manchester in Baldwin. Dr. Brandon Pryor and his team present at the Dotem finished with the second place, too, 13 under.
They had some players.
They had some players. They were in your pairing, right? So that's 100 West Dental. And now if you're having sleep issues, work with 100 West Dental as well. Dr. Brandon Pryor can help you out with that, as well as the dentistry. 100westdental.com. Jenna, her last name is Tolles, asked what was the winning score. The winning score, 15 under.
Yep, 15 under.
That's a lot.
It's impressive. It's impressive because, like I said, the front 9, the last few holes of the front 9, make you earn it. Make you earn it.
Boo-hoo, Doug. Did Marshy's hat collection hurt your feelings? That's from the 618.
I just didn't care for his tone.
Suspend him, too.
I'm close. I'm picking up the pen.
Did they have that bazooka that you like?
They did not.
No?
No. Wish they had.
Jackson is so right. The syringe Jello shot is the way to go. That's from A.G. Fishman.
It was cool. I'd never seen anything like that, but it was a lot cleaner.
Use your tongue, not your finger, rookie. That's from the 618.
I ask again, who has that kind of tongue dexterity?
Put that off.
We don't have a list of people with good tongues, do we?
Put that off.
Would you like to compile that list? That could be your little project here.
Doug's list of people with great tongues.
Yeah.
He'll release that on
Dennis
Friday.
Rodman had a long tongue.
Did he?
He used to stick it out.
Miley Mile has a long tongue.
Yeah. Michael Jordan has a famous tongue. He'd always stick it out.
I have the tongue of a hummingbird.
Yeah. In Game of Thrones, a lot of people got their tongues cut out.
Oh, why?
Yeah, that's a bad
for yapping, I assume.
Can you not talk at all without a tongue?
I would say, yeah. I don't think you can talk.
Not at all?
I think the tongue is the tongue and mouth are the 2 most vital pieces of. I guess your vocal cords. Your vocal cords. Yeah, well, I'm not. Well, let's get an ear, nose, and throat doctor on. Call in.
But now, ventriloquists, I don't suppose they use a lot of tongue action.
Who's your favorite ventriloquist, Lester?
Probably Edgar Bergen.
Oh, yeah.
Or who's that guy working out? Jeff Burnham? Is that his name?
Bo Burnham.
Jeff Dunham?
Jeff Dunham. Yeah, he's really
father
funny.
of Lena.
Yeah, he's funny.
What about Gene Simmons, Doug? That's from Thanks Dad.
He's got a well-known tongue.
Put that off. Drops of the week's just going to be this 10 o'clock hour right here, papers.
Where's my tongue drop? I had one.
Doug, Gene Simmons could touch your kidneys with his tongue.
There she was.
Okay, I didn't care for that sound.
Hoosiers on float trips have strong tongues. That's from the 618. Mrs. Stepdad Gary has a nice tongue. That's from Stepdad Gary.
God, imagine that. Mrs. Stepdad Gary.
It's a lot going on there. A lot to unpack.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mrs. Stepdad. June.
No kink shaming here. That's from Stoned 9-Pin.
You're here. There will be no kink shaming.
Thank you.
Richard Toast says, my God, my loins are on fire.
Well, I mean,
This is the kind of show that
got to get back to the Cardinals. Got to get back to something like that.
well, we had Mike McGreevy call in when he and the starting rotation's golf was rained out while they were on the first hole. And the boys from Stephen F. Austin with us at about 7:30. That was Caleb Cummings and Bryce Bradford, and they clearly enjoyed the hell out of their weekend in St. Louis. Cardinals with the day off today, taking on the Pirates. Then they go to Cincinnati, where the Navy hats on the road will be back. The question is, will they wear them when they go to Milwaukee? That's the question. What do you think? What percentage would you give?
I'll say no.
You just go with flat out 0%?
It's close to 0%. I mean, they haven't done it all year, have they? Unless they're playing a team that wears red.
Right, I don't think
Yeah, but the boys won it.
Oh, I don't think it matters what the boys want.
If the boys got what they want, they'd be wearing Navy caps all the time.
Damn right.
So I think I'm with Doug that I'll operate at a 1% that they'll be wearing. And also Milwaukee wears Navy caps, so that further makes it more difficult.
Yeah.
I would say that's more of a royal blue.
Well, I guess maybe I'm thinking of the.
But I guess they diversify. They're in the Arizona Diamondback diversification of uniform club.
Great logo, bad uniform, if you ask me.
Doug, I'm in Springfield. It's pouring, and it's heading your way. Speaking of precipitation, I'll be in town this weekend and would love for you to shower me with your... No.
With what?
Right there. Fire hose.
Oh.
Gus Chiggins prospect.
Oh, we sure don't need those type of texts. Sure don't. We seem to get plenty of them, though.
This show is so arousing this morning. Keep it up, fellas. It's from the 618. Well, this is a market that's been captivated by young boys taking their shirts off at the Cardinal game.
Everybody's a little randy.
That's exactly right.
Safe to say it was our time to shine.
Yeah.
Given the weekend that was.
Denny Crum had a hell of a liquor. That's from Dale in Grubville.
What a stupid thing to say to a radio station.
Undeniable, though.
Oh. Okay, I think I'm okay. Okay. Oh. No. What made you think of Denny Crum?
Dale in Grubville, please elaborate. Was Denny Crum known?
Who knows?
Hell of a liquor. That is unbelievable.
Oh,
my God. Oh. Boy, he coached at Louisville for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Probably because of the liquor.
30 years.
Oh.
And a handsome head of hair.
Oh.
Certainly beats out Gene Cady for best hair and of 80s Big Ten coaches or whatever.
I like the comb over.
How great is this? At 10:41, the text from the 314. Good radio. Right above it at 10:41. Bad radio.
Yeah, well, depends on your perspective. That's what we're learning today.
Oh, you're welcome to text it as well. 314-399-9646. And you're also welcome to talk it over in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat, where 305 friends have gathered to talk in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat, youtube.com/TMASTL. The program's called The Morning After. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN.
Hey, this is Jackson here, and Battlehawks fans, the season is back at the Dome for 2026, and our friends over at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken wants you to be a part of it. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken gave us lunch for the Dotem. It was delicious. People were loving it. I was around the course. People were saying, man, that Lee's, that's really good. That's a really tasty chicken. People were enjoying it all day over at the Dotem. We appreciate our friends over at Lee's, and they got something going right now called the Battlehawks Box. Gets you 4 of their famous hand-bread chicken strips and an order of potato wedges, and on top of that, you get a code valid for buy one, get one free Battlehawks tickets. With this deal, you can get game day ready with a Battlehawks box for just $9.99 at any St. Louis area Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken location. Again, 4 famous hand-bread chicken strips and an order of potato wedges, plus a code valid for buy one, get one free Battlehawks tickets. You can get the Battlehawks box in-store or by ordering online on Lee's new mobile app, where you can also earn points for free food and discounts. That's our friends who we just were enjoying some of their chicken on Friday at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, partnering up with the Battlehawks. This is Jackson with the Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. Cardinals off today, back in action tomorrow evening as they take on the Pirates. It's going to be a 6:45 p.m. first pitch. Mitch Keller pitching for the Buccos. Matthew Liberatore toeing the slab for the Redbirds. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Welcome back. It's Morning After 101 ESPN. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Chairman Kurt slides into the dais in the 10 o'clock hour, and Jackson Burkett with you on the program. And Jackson has the winner of the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
I sure do, Tim. The winner today, Buck Swope.
Oh, Buck Swope.
Okay.
DBA, the Recessed Lady's Breast, has won the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Congratulations to Buck Swope. BK and Ferrario coming up at the top of the hour. We will remain on the TMA STL YouTube channel until 12 p.m. And you are welcome to participate in the program by texting in 314-3999-646. You're also welcome to call into the program, 314-974-0101. That is how you can get involved on the presentation with the Collier and Thompson phone lines. And we always welcome you to participate, and maybe you will be in the VIP Auto Accessories Drops of the Week online at VIPAutoaccessories.com. That's VIPAutoaccessories.com with Tommy Cibulka and Brian Grigg. VIP Auto Accessories. You go to VIP and they take care of everything. They're a one-stop shop. In some instances, people bring their vehicles to 4 or 5 different places when everything can be done in-house at VIP Auto Accessories. In business since 1979 here in St. Louis, with 60-plus employees, and that allows for quicker turnaround times. It's VIP Auto Accessories, commercial upfits, graphic solutions, hail repair and touch-up, and aftermarket. VIP Auto Accessories for all your commercial vehicle upfit needs. Ask for Tommy Cibulka. And for all your aftermarket vehicle accessories needs, ask for Brian Grigg and let them know that TMA sent you. It's VIP Auto Accessories.com. VIP Auto Accessories.com. Jackson, here is the call of Joe Alpozo's walk-off hit from Friday.
Shot to right field, and the Cardinals win it. Pozo's first. Get to first, Joel. He did. And the Redbirds walk it off 5-4.
Doug, as he was celebrating, he was jumping up and down, and the Royals first baseman was waving frantically to get the ball thrown to first.
Right.
What would that have been like if they lost that one?
Not good.
That way.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
There was a very famous play in baseball where something similar to that happened. It's now called Merkel's Boner, where he was like a runner at first, and the winning run from third scored, and he started celebrating, didn't run to second base, and they got the force out at second, and so they didn't win the game after all. And it was like a key game in the season. Merkel's Boner. That's what it was. It's going back a few years, like maybe 100.
Earlier in the program, the boys from Stephen F. Austin's club team were on the show. Mike McGreevy on the program as well. And if you missed anything, go back and podcast it via the Schaefer Door Company podcast. We will see if there will be more tarps off when the Cardinals get back at it tomorrow for the 3-game series against the Pirates. Unfortunately, as Papers and I were observing in the commercial break, Doug, we got a rough forecast here. We already have really bad storms in the area this morning, and unfortunately, the only day that doesn't have rain in the forecast is Thursday. The hell? Don't ruin Memorial Day weekend. Are you off on Friday to get down to the lake early, Jackson? Or are you gonna just leave after the show on Friday?
Just after the show on Friday.
Okay, cool.
I can get up there pretty quick. And everyone knows that, you don't start really getting after it till about 5:30 or 6.
When you're at the lake, do you go topless to all the restaurants and bars?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's I do it right though. I like I'll wear like cargo shorts.
And like boots.
Yeah. Well,
and tarps off.
Yeah, tarps off. I'll have the shirt around my neck, kind of slung over my shoulder, in case someone at the restaurant dare to say anything. I'll be like, hey, man, I got a shirt. And, of course, it's a cutoff that I did myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Show off a little midriff.
Yeah, like would do Hoops 2014 shirt.
Oh, boy, that's cool.
Still have.
I like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good look.
You go with Sweet Sweet Kai or with Private Citizen P?
All the
Herb Meal
above.
Herb? Wow. I'm going to be there.
No, all of the above. We were renting out a pontoon that will certainly put way too many people on. And then when it starts to dip under the water, someone's dad will pay
Throw
for
somebody off.
Jettison some of the participants.
You lose weight.
So what age is the cutoff where, like, you don't go to your dad for money for your weekend at the lake?
Boy.
I don't think there is an age limit.
I mean,
you could be in your 50s, and if your dad is,
as long
70
as,
or 80 something,
as
you
long as they're
hit
still
him up.
breathing, as long as, the wire transfer still works.
Mm-hmm.
Or not even. I'll just take the credit card. But again, remember that trust fund hits at 34, so it's best just to treat it like that money's already mine.
Would you feel bad taking your dad's credit card if you were like 55 years old?
It's a shot at the West Village.
Doug, it's a shot at the West Village.
The West Village. I'm not sure what that means.
Manhattan.
Oh.
You just got talked down to about not
I
being
sure did.
New York-centric.
Well, yeah, this program simulcast.
Old guys take the credit cards of even older guys?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, as long as they're still breathing.
Okay.
Jackson can't wait to pop open a high noon. That's from the 314. Is that right?
I prefer a cold Michelob Ultra.
All right.
That's what I was having. Having some of those. Having some of those cut waters, too. They're proudly
that treat
sponsored
you?
Dotem. Delicious.
Yeah.
A little
It's a
vitamin.
nice little how do you do.
Maybe you should try one of those in your new kitchen from Collier & Thompson.
Hell yeah. Granite
Boy, wouldn't that be
countertops,
fun?
baby.
Yeah, if you're looking for a serious remodel, I mean, you want the best in town. The name you need to know is Collier & Thompson. You probably already do know it because they've been around since the 1950s, making St. Louis homes look great. Big thing about Collier & Thompson is this a remodeling company that you can truly trust. You have to trust the work's going to be done right, the communication's going to be clear. You have to trust the process. And with Collier & Thompson, you won't have any worries about that. Come home to quality at Collier & Thompson. It's now Collier & Thompson Kitchen, Bath, and Appliances. They have a great appliance section. Matthew is the customer service manager. Matt is the appliance manager. Phil is the paint manager. They got a special paint section at Collier & Thompson, too. Don't want to paint your house yourself? Collier & Thompson can make it look like $1 million. They do everything right at Collier & Thompson, in business since the 1950s, making St. Louis homes look as best as they possibly can. They got a showroom with more than 10,000 square feet, more than 20 kitchen displays. You can get some great ideas on how to make your home look like you've always wanted it to look. Collier & Thompson is on Manchester Road in Manchester, right there next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Come on to quality online, collierandthompson.com.
BK and Ferrario are coming up next. Time for us to shut it down. For Jackson Burkett, for Chairman Kurt, for Martin Kilcoyne, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn. I'm Tim McKernan. This has been The Morning After, presented by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN.